Hey, good evening, everybody. What is going on? It is another edition of Night Sweats, and we welcome you to it. I am Dan Bach. We have Dean Shavelson, Dean78904, and we have a Pittsburgh uh, Steelers defensive touchdown, and we'll touch up on that today, Dean, because that is a hot button topic for sure. And of course, we are Night Sweats. We will be talking about the game going on as we speak tonight. Other kind of industry stuff, tomfoolery. I love that word tomfoolery. Not used enough in everyday life. But how's everybody doing? Dean, how are you doing, my man?
How do you think you think there was like a guy named Tom Foolery like in 1910, and he was just like a total jokester? Like how much of a jokester do you have to be for like joking to be like indefinitely be named after you?
Yeah, that's a good question. The origins of tomfoolery. I like it. This is really early into the show, so that'll be the first T-shirt that we get. The origin of the term tomfoolery. You make that work, then we buy your answer. Then maybe we'll give you a Grinders T-shirt here today. But certainly we'll be looking at some of the games here. Stuff already happening here in the first quarter. Field goal, a defensive touchdown by Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell looked like he got off to a pretty good start there. So we will follow some of these big tournaments. You've got Sunday Million on FanDuel, bunch of FFFCQs. We've got DraftKings, King of the Beach, and of course Millionaire Maker. And wow, what a kind of crazy weekend we had on DraftKings, huh?
Yeah. We're certainly not short on topics if we want to get into that, but oh jeez, I'm sure I'm not panicking. I'm sure they'll be fine. The kinks will be worked out. Some people obviously had issues. I had issues to some degree, but not to the degree I'm sure others have had. And I trust the DraftKings knows what they're doing, and they're going to figure it out. And the communication wasn't great. I guess that's a nice way of saying it, as far as getting the word out, and nobody really knew exactly what's going on. But don't panic. They're going to make good on this. I feel confident to say that.
Well, I'm supposed to talk with Jason Robbins tomorrow, so we'll probably do a special edition Grinders Live some point in time tomorrow morning, afternoon. We'll figure that out, and we'll address the topics with him one-on-one and find out what happened and things that they wish they could do different, the final outcome. But again, if you had not already kind of reached out to the support team over there, I certainly hope you do that already. So we also got Daily Fantasy NBA. People are sweating that like crazy in the chat here today. And what else do we have going here, Dean? Is there even hockey tonight? Are we going to get random hockey references in the chat this Monday night?
All the Stamkos. I have no idea, to be honest. I did not. I watched some hockey last night. The football game last night was such a bore. Football yesterday in general, just not a lot of good games, not a lot going on, not a lot of action. I was watching my Florida Panthers take on, I believe Boggs's, the San Jose Sharks. Is that his team? I believe it is. Or Anaheim Ducks. So, I actually watched some hockey last night. I'm proud of myself for that. I try to keep tabs on my Panthers before they move to Las Vegas. It's going to happen in a couple of years probably. Speculation out there. Las Vegas, they're building an arena for something. They're not just building it for fun. And I think the Panthers are probably one of the top 2 or 3 targets that might move there.
Looks like the chat is saying Omar Sheik is not going to play. So what's the Anthony Davis line here for tonight? I mean, I don't really have room to make that swap on DraftKings. It's pretty hard to do, to be honest with you, unless you had James Harden or somebody in that later slate. That game's actually probably already started anyway. But Unibrow is probably just going to go nuts tonight. I mean, no Ashik in there?
Well, I think he was going to go nuts already. I think the biggest bump goes to Anderson. And now I'm looking at my rosters, and I'm so brilliant, I left no room for it. I think I saw somebody say that, Ashik, broken leg, he's got that foreign toughness mentality. I'm basing that off like Ivan Drago from Rocky IV. I don't know why. He's not even Russian, I don't believe. But I thought he was going to give it a go. I thought he was going to play, and now I put myself in a spot where I can't pivot Anderson in. I think Anderson's the guy. I mean, Brown might get a few more rebounds, but he was already going to play 40 minutes or somewhere close to that. Ashik's not exactly somebody you run offense through anyway. So just a few more rebounds for Davis as far as I can tell. And I think Anderson's the guy you want if you can get him in there. I did a poor job of doing that because I just had to play Chris Bosh. That's not working out too well.
Well, he was working out a little bit better than Kelly Olynyk, who didn't work out pretty well. But the early scores there, Kevin Love with a pretty good day going so far. Chandler Parsons, 37 fantasy points through 3 quarters. So those are some of the NBA kind of notes that we are looking at. Again, we will definitely hit up some of these sweats as well. I got to find that link here. DraftKings Millionaire Maker. The guy in first place had Jonas Gray, and we always talk about going contrarian, man. Jonas Gray, the funny thing is, if you listen to the Sirius show on Saturday night, Evan Silva came on and said he basically liked Jonas Gray better than Shane Vereen. Basically thought that it was going to be a Jonas Gray game, not a Vereen game, and wow, what a premonition that was. Did that ever work out? I don't know if he played him in any daily fantasy games, but at 0.6% owned, and 46 fantasy points at a, I believe, $3,300 salary. That's going to win you a lot of money, and it did. You know, he had a pretty damn good day altogether. Dave the Champ, who also had another team in the top 10, which had Jonas Gray. So I'm wondering, you know, not many people had him. This guy had 2 in the top 10, so pretty good for him. I mean, he hit on most every other position as well, which you kind of have to do in these Millionaire Maker contests anyway, but he's in a pretty good position tonight. You know, looks like the closest sweat is a Steelers defense at 209, and he's got 233. Isn't it crazy though? 233. Weren't we like in the 300s and stuff in this tournament like most of this year?
They adjusted the pricing a little bit this week, and it made it you couldn't field an all-star team this week. So I think that explains that to some degree. But yeah. What was it, like 280, 290 took down the Millionaire a couple weeks back, I believe. Somewhere along that line.
Touchdown, Bishop Sankey.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
I actually have some Bishop Sankey in some spots.
I do. I've got a fair amount of Bishop Sankey tonight, so I can live with Bishop Sankey. My best team of the day needs Ryan Suckup to have a big day, so he's the kicker for the Titans. But
just on principle, I can't roster a guy on my roster named Suckup. I can't do it.
You get fun play on words, you know. Don't suck it up or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Are we ready to break out a cocktail for tonight?
Let's do it. What do you got?
Okay. Gonna try something I haven't tried before.
All right.
Can you
so
see?
we know it. We know it's not a strawberryta.
Well, are you even looking at it?
No. Let me take a look. Oh, apple Rita! Wow, going off the board. Oh no!
Never drank an apple Rita, so I'm gonna try one of these things, and we'll see how it goes. So
how many Verita varieties do they have? Have they branched? Is it like Gatorade? Remember Gatorade like 15 years ago? They had orange, they had lemon lime, and that's it. And then Gatorade all of a sudden said, "Hey, let's like create 80 new flavors in a week." Okay, you guys got that?
Yeah, I was a big lemon ice was my favorite one. That was my Gatorade go-to. But the strawberry, I don't know. Or this apple Rita. Let's try this thing out.
Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, it's awful.
What's Plan B?
I got some Plan B over to the right of me, but I got to try and get through this. Oh, this is not good.
I'm Googling. I'm trying to find out how many varieties there are of the Rita.
Ah, man.
Whatever it is, it should be one less. It's that awful, the apple Rita?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It is not good. I think I'm just going to throw that out. I don't think I'm even going to go there. So we'll go the rum and Coke here for tonight. How does that work?
That's pretty reliable.
That's pretty reliable. Oh, man, that was bad. Don't drink those, ladies and gentlemen. I can endorse the strawberry version. The apple version, not so much. Ugh, nasty. But let's see, Bishop Sankey. We'll have to take a look at some of those scores here tonight as well. But yeah, so what else is going on in your world, Dino?
I pulled up the on FanDuel. What is it? 2.5 million Sunday Million. 300,000 for first place. The first place team has a kind of a chalky lineup for the most part. Aaron Rodgers, Alfred Blue, C.J. Anderson, two of those two of the value guys we were looking at. Mike Evans was certainly the one off the board that I looked at him. I'm like, he's a little too expensive for my liking. I did trash Vincent Jackson on the morning show. I'm like, you guys don't want Vincent Jackson. Mike Evans is the guy. Why at zero Mike Evans either? I didn't want either one for whatever reason. I'm not that smart sometimes. Jordan Matthews, a lot of guys had him. He had another, last third quarter garbage. It was third quarter garbage time touchdown there for Philadelphia. Another guy has become a garbage time warrior is Kelvin Benjamin. So, I mean, Kelvin Benjamin, Jordan Matthews, both pretty high percentage owned. Matthews is 31, Benjamin 24%. The Gronk, that touchdown by Gronk yesterday was just awesome. 22%. No tight end did anything yesterday except for Gronkowski and Grisham. And nobody had Grisham, right?
Yeah, I kind of faded the big names, and I was kind of happy not having Gronk do anything. So that probably cost me probably $500-600, maybe more than that, and like moving down in tournaments because I pretty much faded. I talked about it fading all three of those big tight ends this past week, and I put the percentage at 2% that none of the three would score a touchdown, and it almost happened. With Julius, Jimmy Graham, and Gronk. But I think the touchdown was great, but I think that block that he made, the touchdown prior to that, was like way better.
Yeah. I don't know if they're going to start scoring blocks, though, for points. But
I know, but it was awesome. He blocked him into the third row. It was incredible.
Did he get it? Was there a penalty called on that?
I think it was after the fact. I think it was, he taunted him afterwards or something. I don't think it was like the block itself was illegal, but yeah. And
then this guy had Nick Novak, the kicker du jour. They're pretty much 33%. A lot of guys had him. He was minimum salary against Oakland, and pretty nice weather out there in San Diego, so that was kind of a no-brainer. And then the Packers. We talked about this yesterday on the Twitter. Oh, the Packers scored 30 points, and defenses should just not be able to influence your score. This is not like sour grapes. This is not me reacting, I didn't hit the Packers, so screw you guys. I've always thought this. I don't think the defense should be able to affect that much in an overall score. Nobody can project that the Packers defense is going to score more than Aaron Rodgers, the Packers quarterback. You can't project that. I don't know. I just think
and I agree with you, Dean, and I'll go on a rant sometime maybe this week about that. I just think they got to lower the price down or lower the value of touchdowns. Just make them 3 points? Would that be enough?
Sure. I think that's fine.
So what is it at? 6 right now?
I believe it's 6. Yes. I'm sorry. Somebody in the chat was asking if haikus are appreciated in the show. Sure, I appreciate a haiku. Why not?
We like a good haiku.
575. In case you're scoring at home. And they were 6% owned. They're almost their 4,800s. It kind of made sense against Sanchez, and I didn't love any defenses yesterday personally. And the two I played mostly, Cleveland and Denver. I think I had a little bit of Arizona, but for the most part, my defenses stunk. And again, it was not. I've always felt this way. You could have asked me 2 weeks ago about this. And it also spawns from people. I know you don't like the kicker, which is fine. I just don't understand why defense is embraced, kicker is hated, and they're kind of sort of the same thing to me. I don't know.
Yeah, but kickers, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right on that. But defense is, I think, fairly more predictable in terms of other points. Maybe not defensive touchdowns, but how many points they allow, sacks, interceptions. All those things are way more predictable than whether a guy's going to kick a 40, 50, 30-yard field goal.
Can I go on a rant about the kicker for Arizona yesterday again? Everybody's saying Bruce Arians is coach of the year. This guy's the greatest coach of all time. Okay, so I know they're 9-1 and all that, but you got to explain this to me. How are you on an NFL roster? Arizona is on the 35-yard line of the opponent with 4 minutes to go. They're up by 8 points. That will be one score, touchdown, 2-point conversion. 4 minutes to go. They're on the 35. It's 4th and 8. And they punt. They're indoors in Arizona. You could end the game with a field goal. What is the chances of making a 52-yard field goal indoors for a professional field goal kicker? 85%? 80%? End the game, and the guy punts the ball. I know they ended up winning. But I'm not playing the results. I just don't understand the thought process there.
That's a fair point. That's a very fair point. I don't know. They're 9-1. I can't dog them too much. Got the best in football.
I know, but I don't understand that. And the guy's a rookie. What Catalan Zara? I can't pronounce his name. What's the guy's name? He's a rookie
or something.
How do you not have the leg to kick it 50? I mean, you see guys kicking 55-yard field goals and they have 10 yards to spare. But there's guys that can kick 65-yard field goals in this league. He can't kick a 52-yarder? I don't understand. I'm not a field goal expert, but it just confuses me.
Heath Miller with another big reception down the middle, so he's had a couple of those so far. Looking kind of like another, pretty offensive Monday Night Football game here. I mean, this is two teams who suck at defense pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the box score. I have the game on behind me, but here's the thing. If you notice, the lighting here is horrible, and I apologize for that. Now, if you notice I shift to the left or shift to the right, then the lighting becomes even worse. See? There's a light, and my big head right now is blocking out some of the light. So I don't know if I can turn and watch the game. I do have the stat tracker up, and I see you're right. The Big Ben is 5 for 5. Heath Miller's got 2 catches for 42 yards. Antonio Brown just 1 catch for 4 yards. Was there any kind of were all the Roto-Grinders guys playing Sankey? Were they loading up in this game? I know a lot of the guys are there, right?
Yeah, I didn't. Obviously I'm in Jacksonville. Our headquarters are in Nashville, and they basically had like a ranking summit this week, and they invited some big players over to the office and basically sitting down, kind of evaluating the ranking system, seeing if they can improve it. And basically, I don't know, maybe it was a reason to have big ping pong tournament or something there. I don't know. RT Offices is pretty freaking awesome. They got video games, ping pong, kegs. It's basically startup mode, office. It's pretty freaking cool. So, and I live in a house with 2 kids and toys and, singing Dora songs all day. So, yeah, welcome to Dan's office. But those guys, yeah, they invited them out, and I think there's a crew of 16 going to this game tonight. So, freezing their asses off. I'm not jealous. I really am not jealous at all. I have no interest in freezing my butt off.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, so Sankey, he's been... this has been the week of the trolling. I sent out a tweet the other day, yesterday actually, during the NFL. I said, here, you want to win money in DFS, you want a strategy, a full-through strategy. Ready for it? Do all the research possible. Research everything. Figure everything out. Wait 2 weeks. Now play those lineups.
Yeah. Or just play the same lineup 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah. Because, who is it? The guy, Floyd, had 2 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. We've been waiting for that for a while. Adams, I don't know about you, but I've been playing Adams as a value play for a while now for Green Bay, and he finally scored a touchdown. It just sort of seems like the guys that...
Sankey got on the board today.
Yeah.
A.J. Green kind of finally broke out. So, yeah, you're right.
So control. Trying to see who... Oh, Jay Cutler. I know I played Jay Cutler a couple weeks ago.
I played him this week.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Not in a catch game, though. I can't imagine in a catch game.
Jay Cutler. Now, where did this Smokin' Jay Cutler come from? Did they catch him with a cigarette in sometime, or what?
I don't know, but there's a website dedicated to it where people superimpose cigarettes, in his hands. I don't know if he actually does smoke. I assume he does. Let's see if the chat's alive. Let us know what's going on with Smokin' Jay Cutler. I imagine, I know that, and of course, the famous story about he don't care. You know that story, right?
Jay don't care. I've heard the reference. I don't know where it came from.
Well, there's supposedly a story where it was at a nightclub, maybe 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever it was, some techno music, who knows what's going on, but Jay Cutler was at a urinal, just drunk, and some guy walked up to him and was like, "Hey, man, Jay Cutler, I went to Vanderbilt too." And Jay just went right in his face and goes, "Don't care." So, I believe that story. If it's false, I don't want to know. I want to believe the legends before the fact because that's a fun story.
It's kind of like the Dikembe Mutombo story.
Yes.
He walks into a bar and says, "Who wants to sex Mutombo?" Like that.
He claims it's not true. I heard him on the Levitard show. He said it's not true, but I don't want to believe that. I think he's lying. I think he's probably married now, has a couple kids, and he doesn't want his wife to think that that's the kind of guy he was at one point. Supposedly, you remember Corey Maggette for the Orlando Magic? Remember him? Mm-hmm. He would walk in, and his line was, "Are you ready for Maggette?" That's what he.
Are you serious, or are you making that one up?
I'm not making that up. A friend of mine told me that it's possible he was making that up, but I bought it. And again, I want to believe the lie because the lie is more fun than the truth. And I want to believe that Corey Maggette once upon a time, in like 2001 or so, walk up to a bar in Orlando and ask some lady if she was ready for Maggette. I want to believe it happens.
I like that. That's good. Third and goal here for Pittsburgh, and Roethlisberger, Martavis Bryant, overthrown. Field goal. Hopefully at Pittsburgh's kicker. So.
Le'Veon Bell's got 51 yards on 10 carries. I think I saw Tommy. You're talking about Tommy was in a sweat. I think I saw that he's trying to fade Le'Veon Bell again. Le'Veon Bell is always involved in these Monday Night Hammer games, and they'll have to do a pretty good start. No touchdowns, so 51 yards on the ground, no catches. But first quarter, got a minute. It feels like the first quarter went fast. I guess we went on there a little bit late.
Yeah, first quarter, it is going fast. Not a lot of, running the ball, keeping the clock moving. So, yeah, things are going fast. But taking a look at, let's see. I've got the, he's actually got 1,065 sweat too, but he needs a lot of help from Martavis Bryant. So I don't think he's going to catch the meat schoon. Big meat shoon. Like I can't wait to meet some of these guys. Like
how do you spell that?
Who is this guy?
I don't know, but I'm intrigued. I want to learn more.
Yeah, well, believe it or not, these finals are coming up. Atlantis in just a couple of weeks, and then FanDuel after that. So it's going to be incredible to kind of watch these tournaments. I mean, it's one thing to win $1 million sitting at home on your butt and sweating the game that way, but to kind of get in this environment where it's a smaller field and you're in Vegas, we still never seen anybody blow it out, I think, with like a huge party or something. Like, I won $1 million, I'm going to buy the club up or anything like that. So we'll see. Maybe that happens this time.
What's the going rate for a lady pyramid? I would buy one of those.
A what?
A lady pyramid.
What's a lady pyramid?
You don't remember that commercial where what's that thing where you're water skiing? It's like a water skiing with 4 ladies at the bottom, 3 on top of them, 2 on top of them, and 1 on top of them. It's a 10 lady pyramid. There's a famous commercial behind it. I guess I'll have to fire up a clip for you.
Let me see. You went to college in Central Florida. Did you ever go to that place in Winter Haven that's known for the ski shows?
I don't think so.
What is it called? Cypress Gardens.
I've heard of it. I don't believe I've ever been, though. Am I missing out?
No, definitely not. But I don't know. That was where the ski show kind of came up to me. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, there's definitely a couple of known players. There's a lot of unknown players. I mean, these fields are getting huge, so it's going to be tough to kind of meet everybody and learn who everybody is. But, it's the challenges of this coverage. So we'll have the coverage for you for those 2 big events for sure. And Playboy's coming up, next weekend, I believe?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, Playboy tournament and the Aces final, I think, is next weekend.
I know this was the last weekend to qualify for Aces. I wasn't sure if next week is the actual tournament.
This weekend, yeah. I don't have a link to that. If somebody's got a link to the Aces final, let me know. I built a team, and I never entered it because, they did the Salary Pro kind of concept this time, which I think is really cool. I don't know if it's going to be scalable. I don't know if it's going to work to have 2 separate type of games on the site. But I love that idea of if you can find enough value, it gives you an advantage. I'm sure that there's got to be really smart people and algorithms that can build it out and decide whether or not that's the proper way to go. But in terms of a skill game, that is super skillful, super unique. So I give the guys at Aces a lot of credit for that. I don't know if it's going to catch on to be enough mainstream. But I like it. I think it's kind of a different world. So
I like it too. And I'll be honest, I haven't really delved into it the way I should. But I think it's a great concept. It sounds like a lot of fun because it's so frustrating. You're like, I'm just $100 short, and it's like, well, okay. For example, if you're building a site on a team on FanDuel or DraftKings and you're $100 short, and DraftKings says, hey, just throw us back 3 points and we'll let you run this team. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. Fair enough. I'm good to go. And
but is it an advantage to just go way low and try and get like a 12-point, handicap or cushion before the games even start, or is it a better move to go over the cap but load up in all the studs? I mean, it's just the ultimate skill game. So I give those guys a lot of credit for conceiving it. Again, is it going to catch on long term? Tough to say. I think it's hard to run multiple different style of salary cap games on one site. I think that's a bit of an issue. I think you kind of got to go one or the other. They're moving in the right direction, but I think it's going to be hard to have like two separate type of games kind of run on the site at the same time. Just my.
They have big rosters, though. I like big rosters.
Oh, love the big rosters. NBA, it's just oodles of fun. I love it. They got good things going for them. They're definitely moving up. They're doing well. So we want to give them some proper dap here on the show. I wonder if Al gave Bishop Sankey a little bit of a pep talk here, because another nice 9-yard run for the Washington product. So that's good news.
It's the Monday Night Hammer. What do we say? It's 3 points. It's worth 3 points, right? Is that a fair number?
I think so.
There's no rhyme or reason behind it, but yeah. I'm sorry. I'm looking at my basketball scores. I want to see who did what, and I don't know. Too early to tell what's going on. But I know we should talk on football, but the chat's all talking about the basketball, and I don't know.
It's hard to sweat. It's hard to sweat basketball because you never know until everything goes final.
Yeah.
You're in the lead in every single one of your games, and then, I'm looking pretty good in most of my cash right now, but I have no idea comparative, like, where I stand with everything else. So, we'll see.
The Mavericks have blown out 3 teams in a row, haven't they? Mind you, I think it's like Philadelphia and, tonight Charlotte. And who was it? I think they've blown 3. Like they won by like 30 3 games in a row. Philadelphia, I can't remember who else it was, but I don't know. Are the Mavericks for real? Scheduled Gaby tweet.
What's the history with you and Gaby? How'd you know each other? I don't know if I've ever heard the story on this.
We didn't. Gaby ran a site maybe a couple years ago or so. What it was, I think it's now defunct. What was the name of the site? I worked for it. I don't recall. Daily Fantasy Radio was the name of the site, and
okay. Yeah.
I think it's defunct. I don't believe it exists anymore. But I followed him on Twitter, or and he said maybe like they might have sent out an email, like one of those mass emails, and they said something to the effect of, "Hey, we're looking for a baseball writer. Anybody know baseball out there? Anybody care to talk about baseball?" And I was like, "Yeah, this would be cool. This would be fun. Sure, why not?" I just got into DFS for maybe it was like 6 months or a year, whatever it may have been. And I wasn't as nearly as into it as I am now, at least as far as financially. And I figured I'd give it a shot and see what happens. And either I stood out or I was the only person to apply. And
I knew that you guys had a connection somewhere. I didn't realize that was it. I didn't know if it was like a Magic the Gathering friendship or shit like that. Like I had no idea. But by the way, I've got a nice roster going with Dante Monte-Eunice totally destroying it. So thanks for that, Mr.
I thought he would be interesting for his price at least, but he had 4 games in a row where he scored at least 20 fantasy points.
Yeah, he's just awful. I mean, Memphis is not a very good matchup at all, but Anyway, but yeah, so that's interesting. I didn't know the story behind it, so now I do. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, and there we go. What's Courtney Lee right on pace? He's got like 10 fantasy points right at the end of the first half. Courtney Lee is an absolute machine if you want 20 points. If you want 25, look someplace else. You want 20? Courtney Lee's your guy.
He is your guy.
Kylie's going off. Just trying to peek in the box scores. Dwight Howard almost has a double-double in the first half, 9 and 8. Interesting. All right. Oh.
Just stack against Boston the rest of the year. I'm just telling you, they're so bad.
You're right.
So bad, man. Ugh.
I rolled out 3 Suns in my cash game tonight, and granted, I kind of did it on the fly, and I do 2 different cash games for FanDuel, but I ended up rolling out, who did I roll out? Markeith, Bledsoe, and Gerald Green, and Gerald Green's not working out well. I just hate small forward, and I hate playing him there, and I was not happy about it. Maybe he'll pick it up in the second half somehow.
Yeah, Parsons was the small forward you wanted for the price, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Missed that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't checked out our roster builder, our lineup builder tool, it's in the forums. It is freaking awesome. Have you checked it out, Dean? Have you played around with that thing yet?
I have not. I mean, I'm aware of its existence. And I get distracted easily, and I had it open, I had it somewhere, and I've yet to dabble with it. But I've heard good things. I can say that, but I can't say personally that it's worked out for me in any sense.
I love it. It's really a whole lot of fun. I think it's a really smart setup the way they did it. You know, as it's set up now, you don't edit the projections. It just gives you the RG ones. But what it does allow you to do is kind of lock in the guys. You can say, I want Mario Chalmers on my team, on every team, or he's a lock. I want Markieff Morris, he's a lock. And then you can favorite which guys you like best. Say, I like Kyrie Irving, I like Rondo, I like Bledsoe. And then basically it'll spit out lineups based on, you know, your preferences of the guys you definitely want in there, and then it'll favorite, you know, if you've got somebody you favorited, it gives him like preferential treatment in terms of who they roster in, and it's really an awesome tool. So I hope people check it out, and I think it's one of the neatest things we've come up with in a while. So definitely check it out. It's good stuff. It's in the forum.
Where would they find that? Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
You answered my question. All right, maybe I'll have to use that tomorrow, and it won't spit out Gerald Green, I hope. Ugh.
Well, that's the beauty. It'll spit out a bunch of lineups, and you can just go through them all. And if somebody comes up that you don't like, you're like, ew, Gerald Green, X. You can just X them out and then regenerate, and it'll give you a whole list of new lineups without that person in it. So you can exclude entire teams, which is nice if you want to just do like a late slate or something like that. So lots of good things. Bishop Sankey not in the game right now. They're down to about the 8-yard line. And
Sean?
No, McCluster was in there on that play.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So 2nd and goal. We'll see what happens. So I know that Cal has some Sankey on DraftKings in a King of the Beach queue. What the hell is up with Cal? It's every single week he's got a sweat here that we're monitoring for him.
He's having a good season. He's pretty good at this football, apparently.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
What are the odds Rondo gets a triple-double? He's at 12, 8, and 6 right now. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
12, 8, and 6. 3 minutes to go in the third.
Yes.
Six boards.
6 assists.
Hold on. Sorry, 6 boards or 6 assists?
8 boards, 6 assists.
Wow. I still would only probably put it about 8%, but he's got a shot.
8%?
8%.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was thinking more like 30, 35.
Yeah. I'll take the under on that.
I'll take the over at 8. We'll middle it somewhere, but wow. Our two different sports books, like if you could bet the over in one and the under the other one, and you're going to bank either way.
Sankey slipped. He had a shot at scoring. Well, at least my Ryan Suckup field goal certainly not going to hurt. We'll take it.
How much was Ryan Suckup? Because you just trying to be different. I assume you were in a tournament, right?
Yeah, he was minimum. I just wanted to. I put 20 lineups in, and I didn't want Nick Novak in every single lineup, so I'm pretty sure he was minimum or close to it.
Somebody in the chat is saying Powell is out tonight, but there's no confirmation of that. Is that true? I saw they had some kind of issues, but I haven't seen anything about Powell. Yeah, there it is on Roto World Basketball. Powell is out.
Wow. I have some Noah.
Taj Gibson.
Yeah, Taj is the guy you want. You're right.
Powell is out. Wow. There you go. I wish I had some flexibility left. Because right now, if you save some spots, you could have Anderson, Taj Gibson, obviously Anthony Davis. Oh, man, I wish I had the foresight in that one because I blew it. I'm sure somebody out there has it. Taj is looking nice. Anderson's looking nice. And obviously now you have some money to pay up for
yeah, I've got some Noah on FanDuel. I thought he was underpriced. I think that's not a bad spot to be in. But, yeah, my teams aren't looking totally hot right now. But we'll see. Yeah, I guess good enough in my 50-50s there on DraftKings, FanDuel. Yeah.
How much Olynyk you have? Because Olynyk he's in foul trouble again. Shocker. I think he's got 4 fouls now, and he's barely even played because Olynyk thinks he could just foul all day and get away with it. But,
Well, he'd been doing good lately. Like, if you looked at his numbers, he hadn't been in foul trouble. So it was a risky cash game. I probably should have faded him more than I did, just because I knew everyone was going to be on him. And he's not somebody, like, you really need to go for the block on, like we talk about with Al sometimes. Yeah. I think Chalmers was that guy way more than he was. But I mean, I had a little bit of Drummond and a little bit of Noah, but I definitely had mostly Olynyk. But it shouldn't kill you in 50-50s. I'm betting he is probably over 50% owned in those. So, if you're in the same boat as half of the field in a 50-50, then, just beat him in other categories, I guess. So
looks like 13 minutes, 4 boards, 4 fouls, no points. Yeah, not a very good line for Kelly Olynyk. But I was with you, too. On FanDuel, he was too cheap. I didn't play him on DraftKings, thankfully for myself. But, yeah, I do have him all over the place on FanDuel.
Yeah, 83% in the $10 50-50 40 man that I'm looking at right now.
That's if I would have known that, what a great tournament pivot. Wow. Cash game, sure, I would have still played him just because, like you say, it's essentially a block. A Jim J bullet for the block, as you said the other day. I enjoyed that reference. I don't know who got it.
That was a Smizzle original. I can't take credit for that. So. Did you ever see the Triumph, the comic dog, when he was on Hollywood Squares?
When he was on Hollywood Squares, he was actually a square?
Yes.
I don't believe I did.
My goodness.
I love Triumph, though. He's awesome. Is that worth Googling?
Dean, it's some of the funniest things I've ever seen. He was, of course, talking with Big Pussy from The Sopranos, and I think the joke somewhere was along the lines of, you think you're a big pussy, you should have sex with a chihuahua after she gives birth to 6 tuplets or something like that. Like, it was just like the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen. It's hilarious. Like, you definitely have to watch it. Like,
Robert Smigel, he was at the World Cup. I don't know if you saw that. That was really funny.
I did.
But yeah, he goes to I say he like he's an actual person. He, the insult comic dog. Yeah, there's a couple famous ones where he went like conventions. Maybe like some Magic the Gathering conventions or something like some kind of like.
No, it was a Star Wars preview.
Yes, yes, that's what it was.
Yeah, no, I will say this much: bang for your buck, funniest segments on television today. Triumph, the insult comic dog. End of story.
I guess it's still on Conan. I don't dislike Conan, but I don't really watch Conan on TV.
Yeah, just from a time, not very often. Like, he's not on all the time, but every now and then I'll see something like fall in like a Twitter feed or Facebook feed or something like that. But honestly, it's the best. It's absolutely the most hilarious thing you'll ever watch. Let me see if I can't find it.
It's probably a good thing, though, we don't see it every night because it's kind of sort of the same joke over and over. And it's a great joke, and it's just fun for the most part. The character's awesome. But whatever happened to Masturbating Bear, by the way? Does he still exist? I remember NBC, when Conan left, I think they kept the Masturbating Bear. I think that was something that was up for discussion. Do you remember this or no?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I never was as big of a fan as I was trying.
He was definitely a one-trick pony, the Masturbating Bear. He really only had one. He had a niche, but he was not versatile.
Well, I don't want to replay this because I'll probably get sued by NBC, so we'll just put that in the chat there for people to watch. So
there you go. Triumph, the insult comic dog on Hollywood Squares. I'll tell you the day I found out that all those jokes and how the Hollywood Squares works. I mean, obviously but like they would ask him a question and then it's like they always give like a joke answer first and then they give the real answer. And the day I found out all those like joke answers were not spontaneous, I always thought they were ad-libbed when I was watching. Wow, that was pretty quick. They're all written. Like they know what's coming.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea. You just ruined it for me. Thanks, Dean.
What's his name? The guy with the beard writes all of them. It's Bruce Verlanch, I think, was involved in that.
Bruce Verlanch.
I think he wrote every Hollywood Squares joke ever said. I mean, well, because a lot of them they're not necessarily comedians. Like Steve Shrippa's not a comedian, so Bruce Verlanch has to punch up his lines. And then he gives the real answer afterwards, I suppose. But
is that show still on?
I don't think so. I know they revived it with was it Whoopi Goldberg? She was a square. She was the permanent center square.
She was the center square. Yeah, she was on. She was on this one. Like, I mean, he made fun of Al Roker. He made fun of Kathy Lee. He made fun of, Gilbert Gottfried. I mean, it's just the best. So watch that clip. I'll post in the link one more time, right there. Watch it.
I find Gilbert Gottfried more amusing than most people probably. I don't know. He just. Do you have any opinion on Gilbert Gottfried?
I don't know, but Joe Watson just won a crap load of money playing one-day fantasy on FanDuel.
Is that true? I was not aware of that. Joe Watson. One of these days, Joe Watson's gonna watch the show and why are these guys talking about me?
No. You think?
I don't know. Where could Joe Watson possibly be? At a certain point, somebody's got to call up FanDuel and say, wait a second, you've been pumping this guy up, Joe Watson. He's still at the same number. And by the way, E. Hafner in the commercial, he'd say, well, E. Hafner's won $66,000. Let's update that. He's won that in a weekend sometimes.
Yeah, probably. I think he's won more than probably a couple $1 million.
Yeah.
He's one of the best players on the site, so yeah.
Yeah, and they still pump out Joe Watson. I'm sure he's a great guy. I don't know if he still plays. I don't know what his screen name is. Joey Watts.
Joey Watts. Yep.
Is it?
It is. I think it is. I think it's Joey Watts. I want to say so.
All right.
And for whatever reason, the top button really pisses off Duckie. He can't understand why he's got that top button going on his collared shirt.
Yeah, you think Joe Watson would be a little more relaxed for a guy that's won a...
Yeah, New Yorker, Joey Watson, hey, I'm Joey Watson. Yeah.
Kick back, Joey. We know are we assuming he's a New Yorker from the accent? I assume he is.
I'm pretty sure he is, but
yeah.
We're not hating on Joe Watson, so.
No, not at all, not at all. We like Joe. He has a permanent spot if he ever wants to come on and join us.
Yeah, I feel like we need to invite Joe Watson onto the show one day. You're right. We should get Dillinger on that. Make sure he comes on the show and he's wearing his shirt with the top button done. If he would show up in a leather jacket, I would be a little bit disappointed. So.
I would too. I want him to play up to the character. I'm checking now on Twitter if Joe Watson has a Twitter account. I guess there's a lot of Joe Watsons that have a Twitter account.
There's got to be a fake Joe Watson, Joe Watson DFS, some guy who's I'm gonna try and pretend to be Joe Watson from the commercial. There's got to be that, right?
Well, I mean, there's a sock puppet. There's a fake Bills fan. You would think somebody out there would become fake Joe Watson. That's available, I imagine. Have you seen fake Bills fan? This is some random.
I have. Somebody made a fake account for me, but I haven't followed it because I'm kind of it's weird. I think I've got thick skin. But I'd almost rather not have people hear people's opinion of what I do. I'd almost rather them just be I'm not sensitive about it, but I just don't want to know. It's kind of one of those things. If people talk bad about something I do or say or me here doing this stuff, that's fine. They can entitled their opinion, and that doesn't really bother me. But for whatever reason, if I'd rather, if I don't have to hear it, then I won't. So if people want to rip something that I say on the show. And I know that, I can go to this Twitter account and see what this guy's going to say. No, I just don't even bother. Just don't even look.
But we're sure that it's not an account out of flattery, is what you're saying?
I don't think so. Again, I'm not following it. So they made a bunch of them. They made one for me, Bills fan, Tommy, I want to say STL. They were obviously trolling the Grinders Live host for a while.
By the way, somebody in the chat is saying that he's Joey Watts 19. So there you go. I'm looking for Joey Watts 19 on Twitter. Maybe just maybe. There is a Joey Watts 19. Hold on a second. Husband and father to be, and a damn good daily fantasy player. Wait a second.
Right.
That's Joe Watson. That's got to be him.
Okay, we ready to give away a T-shirt here?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, his button is unbuttoned on his Twitter picture.
Was it? Oh, good. Okay, here's our first T-shirt question of the day. Who was the winner of the very first FFFC championship for FanDuel?
I have a guess, but I'm gonna look the chat. Obviously, I think I might know, but I'm not sure. There, I just put in the chat.
With you, it's actually slipping my mind at this moment. But if I see the name, I'll know what it. I know it'll be right. Like, if that makes any sense. So, first ever FFFC winner. T-shirts to whoever guesses that correctly in the chat. First one in. I actually interviewed him. He was my very first podcast interview.
Oh, I'm trying to think who it might be. I don't think I know who it is. I'm thinking about constructing a tweet and sending it to Joe Watson. I don't know. Joey Watts, big fan. Love your commercials. what do we say? You know, if you ever have any time on a Monday night, we'd have some questions for you.
Pete Jennings, no. Beer Makers fan, no. Pat McGroin, good name, but no.
Who's Pat McGroin?
I don't know. It's
it's one of those Bart Simpson names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's Pat McGroin?
I fell for it.
You totally fell for that, Dean.
Seymour Butts. He sounds like a great guy.
That's an old school question for you.
Yeah.
And it was funny because like the first year, like not everybody who made it out there got paid. Only like the top 3 guys did, I believe. And I think they 1099'd you for the trip. Oh. So I think like you literally lost money going to this trip to Vegas for the first ever FFFC.
Well, yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, because like I said, they didn't pay you. You didn't get money out there. Like it wasn't a guaranteed. You go out there and in like 15K is the minimum now. It was you got to finish in the top 4 or 5, and if you don't, here's your 1099. So you got to pay taxes on the trip. So
it's not Cheese is Good, by the way. That was the more recent guy.
No.
McGruber. It's not McGruber from Saturday Night Live. McGruber. Oh, is it TSPN? Is that it?
No, he won the last one. General V, there we go. Stop the insanity. Congratulations. He is right. General V. Joe Vance.
Stop the insanity, a big Susan Powder fan.
Okay.
Anybody get that reference? One person, please. Are you with me, Dan, or no?
Susan Powder, she was the one with like the spiky hair, right? Or
yes.
the bald head, or what was it?
Yes, the infomercial from like the early to like the late '80s, early '90s. And Stop the Insanity was her big she was a billionaire because I don't even know what her shtick was. It was working out, right?
Yeah, she kind of had the Brenda Warner look. Remember Brenda Warner?
Yes, that's a good
call.
Now,
have you seen Brenda Warner lately? Like she kind of turned into like a cougar. Like she's kind of not bad anymore.
Yeah, she looks like she could be on one of those like Real Housewives shows or something like that. Are they still
Stop
together?
the Insanity. Send me a private message and we'll hook you up with a T-shirt. If you've won shirts here in the past, we should be getting those sent out here in the next week or so. So there you go.
Let's see what else is the chat up to. Nerlens Noel was 3K on DK and he's 100% not sucking at that price. That's good to know because he's on every one of my DK teams.
He's 100% not sucking?
Yeah, which I mean that I assume that means it's good, right? Okay. We don't want him to suck. I'm gonna take a peek. I'm curious.
Yeah, San Antonio. He is didn't get the start. 3 rebounds, 2 points. That's not that great.
Yeah, that's not good. I got excited for a second. Did I read that wrong? 100% not sucking means he's doing well, doesn't it? I don't know.
Is Popovich like done popping?
It looks like I'm checking the box score. I think every Spur is played. Like every Spur. Let me see.
You're right. He's got like at
least 12 have played.
No, I think he's got a 8-man bench going. So I think he's played 13 players.
That's all you can field. That's it. That's everybody. I mean, if there's a
12. No, he's got 12. Yeah, he's played everybody on the roster. You're right.
Yeah. Popovich is the best. I ended up not playing any Spurs for that reason.
I had some Kawhi. He's doing all right tonight.
I wanted him, but I was scared. I scared myself off him. He's actually having a good night. You're right. Oh, I got excited about Noel, but he's not doing anything. He'll play in garbage time in the second half, I think. You really can't figure out what they're doing in Philadelphia.
Are we done with the bye weeks here for NFL now, or do we still have some more?
That is a good question. I don't know. Let's check it out.
I think we're done. I think maybe we've got one more week of it. I think we're done, though.
Let's take a look.
Man, this Phoenix-Boston game is just gonna. I mean, 93-90 with 8 minutes to go.
Wow. Give us some overtime. I want to be greedy.
The thing is, there's not crazy gaudy numbers for these Celtics, really. Like, Rondo's okay, 14-9-7, but 4 turnovers negate some of that. Sullinger, 14-8-3. That's kind of what he had in the first half. So, I don't know. Markieff Morris is the one guy who's going absolutely nuts. Dragic, not a bad game, but
yeah. Oh, jeez. Bledsoe. I don't think Bledsoe's scored a fantasy point since 15 minutes of the start of the game because he's pretty much been stuck at where he's at now. Maybe he'll pick it up. And Zeller is playing the role of Olynyk tonight, pretty much. Tyler Zeller's got 15 and 6. So there you go.
And Greg Monroe is being terrible again today. So
I can't figure those Detroit guys out, but yeah, I just kind of I passed on them all tonight. I know STL on our show, he liked Drummond. And
yeah,
Drummond,
12 and 10 so far for him. That's not terrible. So
4 fouls though, but 4 fouls with only 5 minutes to go. So
yeah, he was cheap on DraftKings. He was worth a look over there for sure.
I agree.
Let's see, 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Duckie's supposed to join us at halftime, or not at halftime, but at about 10 o'clock, and we'll see when he gets in here. But man, this game is just flying by.
Yeah, but it seems like nothing's happened in the last I don't know.
This might be the quickest Monday night game I've ever seen. I mean, it's 9:30, and it's going to be halftime here in just a little minute.
There's going to be a lot of commercials in the second half. Isn't that the worst? The worst is solo game, an island game, no other games going on, and they always squeeze in more commercials or Sunday Night Football because everybody's watching. And there's 3 seconds to go in the first quarter. They kick it off, it's a touchback. They go to commercial. They come back. They run one play. They go to commercial again. You get 17 minutes of real life time. You saw a kick and an incomplete pass. The worst. I don't know. Maybe that's first world problems right there, but. That's a little rant for you. I don't know. Did you never notice this before? Just be that was annoying. I'll just flip the channel and come back on 10 minutes.
Yeah, no. The bottom line is it's when they go to commercial, they kick it off, then they go to commercial, and then if it's bad timing, end of a quarter or something like that, the 2-minute warning, they'll go to another. But it's weird. They just run the kickoff and then they go back to commercial right when they came off of one. So honestly, after a score goes, unless you need to see somebody return a kick or a touchback, just don't turn it on for the next 7-8 minutes, and you'll be good to go. Yeah.
Talking about first world problems, by the way, I'm house sitting or dog sitting here. No HD TV. Outrageous. How do you not have an HD? It's an HD television. But it's not HD. He doesn't pay for the extra $7 for HD or whatever it is. And then I turn on Red Zone on Sunday 1 o'clock, whatever it is. Oh, Red Zone, fire it up. You don't get this channel. It's not a part of your package. I'm like, how do you not pay for Red Zone? I go, you realize if you'd have told me this, I would not be here.
Is this a friend of yours?
Yeah, it's a friend of mine. That's all. It's not.
Then why I would just have called up and said, I'm gonna buy you Red Zone for $7. If I'm gonna be here watching. Honey or whatever the name of the friggin' dog is.
Right, you got it.
Then you know what? I need some Red Zone. So that's your mistake.
Yeah, I didn't. But I just he's referenced it before, and he's always had it in the past. But for whatever reason, this year he didn't re-up for Red. The $7 a month was a bit. He's gonna cut some corners someplace, I guess. So
okay, another Stop the Insanity won the first T-shirt. The next T-shirt is going to go to the best Dean doppelganger with the mustache.
Oh no, this is going to be terrible.
Yes. So if you can put a picture in the chat or link a picture somewhere in the chat to a great doppelganger of Dean with a mustache. Um, I've already got one right off the top of my head. I almost feel
Okay.
bad saying it, but
No, I don't care. Fire away.
are you sure?
Yeah, it's funny because when I was a smaller guy,
Yes.
people used to compare me to Drew Carey, and I'm like, that's an insult. Now, if you compare me to Drew Carey, I'm like, oh, thank you, that's flattering.
I was gonna say.
This change.
Okay, I'm gonna get it started. Let me find the picture and I'll put it in chat. Okay, because it's more fun that way.
With the mustache?
What's that?
It's got to have the mustache on a scale of 1 to 10, on a scale of grossness. How 10 being the grossest? How gross is this mustache? Take a good look.
It's hard to tell because your lighting is so freaking bad in that.
Yeah. By the way, a Rondo update: 14, 10, and 8, with 5 minutes to go. Close it in. I want to see who you have. I'm curious. I have so many in mind. But,
no, it's definitely not. It's definitely not what I'm going to be putting up there. So.
Okay. Now, is there photoshopping available? Can somebody throw a mustache on like Peter Griffin, or it's got to be an actual authentic mustache?
Yeah, or I mean, if there was a time like a episode where he had it.
Okay. Mr. Potato Head?
Yes, from the Toy Story. You know, he's got the mustache that's kind of like thick like yours, Mr. Potato Head. Glasses. I think he's got glasses.
I don't see any glasses here. Well, I think glasses are an option, I believe, with Mr. Potato Head. But
I thought he had glasses, so I guess it's a fail because I thought he had glasses.
Yeah, no glasses in this picture. As far as I don't know. All right, so there you go, Mr. Potato.
Okay, well, imagine if Mr. Potato Head had glasses, then that would be. Man, I thought he did. Sorry, Dean, I failed.
Okay, I'm fine either way. Somebody put a picture in there, but like it's not like a website. Let's see if I can take a look at this. Trust. Hold on. There it is. Of course, I was just guessing that somebody did it. There's a Peter Griffin picture. Of course, Peter Griffin had a mustache at some point. DS Maniac has it. I don't know if you see it. I'll put it in the chat. You're asking me if the stash is unnatural by an HGH. I'll tell you, when I was younger, I had reddish orange hair, and I looked like the kid that says Mr. D on Different Strokes, if you recall that kid, Danny Cooksey.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of grew out of it, except for the mustache. If I let my mustache grow, it has that sort of reddish, I don't know what color it is, but it's not pleasant. And that's where it comes from, I guess. I did not shake that. But there's Peter Griffin in the chat. And everybody in the chat is rooting for Phoenix, Boston, overtime.
Andy Reid, I don't know. That's a walrus type mustache. Dean's stash does not kind of go down like that. Like that's he doesn't have the whole walrus look to him. So I can't say Andy Reid counts. Sorry.
If you're putting a link in the chat, guys, get rid of the www part. If you don't get rid of that, it's not going to show up. That's why you see all those stars and asterisks. So knock out the www, and then we can figure it out from there. What's going on in this football game? It's behind me, and I can't even turn around and look. But
it's still going.
It's still going. It's still on.
Nothing.
I'm a sensitive person. I can tell Americans are.
Let's see.
Was that Conan O'Brien?
That was. I clicked the. Hollywood Squares link. Let's see. Touchdown. Should have been a touchdown. Bryant dropped another one.
Oh, jeez. I'm trying to copy one of these images in the chat. What do you got? Does anybody else have a nominee? The Peter Griffin with the mustache kind of sets the bar. It's kind of tough to top.
Danny DeVito. I don't know. You're not bald like Danny DeVito, so we're gonna have to say no to that one.
Taller than Danny DeVito too.
What's that?
taller than him too. I think Danny DeVito's like 4'11", isn't he?
Dean, you're not. Don't act like you're like 6'2" or anything like that. Okay.
I'm 5'8" on a good day.
You're way shorter than I expected you to be. I thought you were going to be a little bit taller.
Yeah.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller.
This is where SDL cards I don't know where to go with this. I don't know what's going on.
Do you know who sang that song, by the way?
Ski-Lo, of course.
No, what'd you say?
Was that Ski-Lo?
Ski-Lo, yes.
Yeah.
I thought you said Dean Lowe.
No.
No. Ski-Lo, yes.
Yeah. It was the video was kind of it was a spoof on Forrest Gump. At least it opened that way. Remember, he had a box of chocolates and he was sitting on a bench, and then eventually, he would start playing basketball and doing all sorts of random. What was the last music video? Well, I guess the Nicki Minaj one. I didn't really seek it out. It just kind of found me. But I can't remember the last music video. I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch this. and that's something I sought out. It just kind of went away. Is it pretty much gone? Is that medium?
Pretty much. Yeah,
pump?
I mean, interception Roethlisberger in the end zone. Way to go, Big Ben. I actually have some Titans D, too, as my min salary on FanDuel. I've got a couple turnovers.
So Tennessee's just going to sit on it, right, for the next 40 seconds or so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's good. Oh, of course, Antonio Brown has 6 catches and 64 yards because that's what he does. Jeez, he is just like such a cash game, Money in the Bank play, but price
So
is
we got a Ron Jeremy and a Mario.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm not a Ron Jeremy doppelganger everywhere. I'll promise you that. We don't need confirmation, but
Thanks for the way too much information, Dean. 100% did not have to say that.
Well, I mean, somebody was thinking it, so I was clarifying it for that one person.
We might have a good one here. Let me see this one. He put a Bing search in. Is he on your computer, Dean?
Hold on a second. I'll pull it up. The Bing?
Let's see. Jonah Hill with a mustache.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's got glasses. He's got that going for him, but I think we'll probably pass because that looks like a fake mustache. So
He's got a Jufro working too. I can't grow one of those. I don't think.
You can't?
I can't. No. Are you assuming that my father's Jewish? But
well, I don't know.
My mom was on Team Christmas. I'm not 100% Jewish.
So Mom was on Team Christmas. Dad was on Team Menorah. Usually, yeah. So Dad didn't make Mom convert, huh?
No, I mean, yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
That happens. I think it's if your kid doesn't the mom have to be Jewish? Is that right?
I think the mother dictates that in the Jewish religion. I'm not sure. I think the mom has to be Jewish, to be honest. I'm not a very good half Jew. I mean, I can hang out with the Jews and yay Jews. But
Nate Washington about an 80-yard touchdown pass.
Oh wow! I picked up Nate Washington in my 16-team league this week.
Right.
My season-long league.
It wouldn't be a Night Sweats without a season-long reference.
I'm sorry.
Wow, Nate Washington, crazy.
It's the Roto Grinders League, though. I picked Nate Washington up in the Roto Grinders League, and I think I'm actually doing fairly well in that league, shockingly, because I paid so little attention to it. But Nate Washington pays off for me. Yay. But actually, nobody has those guys, right, in DFS? That's not going to change anything?
Somebody might have Nate Washington, maybe. I don't know. Probably not this week. Salaries are getting a little. I mean, you didn't need to punt with him when you had Jordan Matthews at 5,500. I mean, that was just free money this week.
So somebody's saying in the chat he was wide open for 30 yards. Is that true? How could he be so open?
Yeah, it was not even close. I could have made the throw and you could have made the catch, and there's Revis wouldn't have tracked you down, Dean. He had that big of a lead.
Somebody says they have the combo for the win. I'm imagining that's on a Monday. That's got to be a Monday, Thursday slate, right? Who's playing both these guys? I'd be impressed if you have them both.
I mean, if you are playing 100 lineups in the bomb or something, I guess you could put him. I had some Sean Hill, Kenny Britt. Is it really that much worse than that? I mean, against Pittsburgh, not really.
Yeah, I was talking about Sean Hill on the 10:30 show, and both STL Cards and DC kind of laughed at me. But you were smart enough to pair him with Kenny Britt. I ran him naked. That was
oh man,
better than me, because I couldn't. I'm like, I can only trust Sean Hill for so much. Then I had to trust Kenny Hill as well, or Kenny Britt. Yeah, nicely done. That team is that team cashing?
I don't know. He didn't end up with that great a line when it was all said and done. I think he only did he even get? Would he have 1 or 2 touchdowns? He had 2.
Hill only had 1 touchdown. Hill had like 12 or 13 points, but I think Britt had about 20 points or so. I think.
Yeah. No, I think that team might cash, but not significant. I think I had Forte with it, and then I used way too much C.J. Anderson. Man, I don't know why I bought into that so much. God, that screwed me.
He was fine though. He had like 15 points. It's not spectacular, but it's not bad, right?
Oh no! What is that?
It's the Duck Band.
Dan,
Sean, hold on.
Andy Reid. How's it going?
Sean gets a job, and now he shows up all dressed up on the show.
He's got corporate.
Go figure. I actually am not wearing a T-shirt tonight. I know. Like,
why don't you button your top button like Joe Watson would?
No, I can't do the Joe Watson look. That is the Joe Watson look. I don't want to take away from it. But God, I haven't watched any of the shows all week. I have not seen the growth of your mustache. This is exciting.
Yeah.
It's like
I don't know how you can even see anything. He's literally like a freaking black blob right there on screen. Like you can hardly see him at all.
Well, it's like if you crossed a troll with Andy Reid. you get Dean right now.
Did you guys see the picture of the guy in the stands, the Kansas City game, that dressed as Andy Reid with the headset and everything? Did you guys catch that?
No, the best Andy Reid doppelganger is baby Andy Reid, like Halloween costume.
I haven't seen that.
Oh gosh, okay, time to dig that one up. That's the best.
But is it better than baby Ron Washington? Because the baby Ron Washington was awesome. No, it wasn't a baby. It was a kid.
Child Ron Washington. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good one. That one was, and the kid even had the coke problem to go with it. So.
It's a damn shame. They start too young these days.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's speaking of morbidly obese, it's Chris Berman. I was talking about Andy. I was like,
here you go. I put it in the link. Baby Andy Reid's the best.
I want to see it.
Hi guys. How's the show going so far?
Sorry, I'm watching Baby Andy Reid. That's pretty strong. That's pretty good. I like it.
Because he's cross-eyed just like Andy Reid is, which makes that's the good touch. No, it's going good. It's going good. We're just enjoying ourselves. I took 1 sip of an apple Rita and pretty much said never again.
Really? Can't dig the apple Rita? Was this like you trying to mix it up a little bit?
We did. Tried to mix it up a little bit, but not going to be happening. I'm wondering if Alvin is still at this game or if he's called it quits because it's too cold.
Well, why is he a priss? Is that what you're suggesting?
I don't know.
Okay.
He lives in L.A.
I can't make a comment on that because I'm sure Al thinks I rip him enough as it is. So it's I'll just go maybe might have left, but just leave it at that.
Well, do you think he took his own way? They probably caravan. There's like 15 or 16 of them. Did we just cab out of there or something?
Yeah, get a cab, Uber, something like that.
He has his own private driver taking him to the game.
Yeah, we're roto grinders. We do it big, right?
Or he'll just say, "Screw it, I'm Ubering right now." That's just.
So Monte Ball hurt his groin. Ronnie Hillman's probably not going to be back. Julius Thomas is hurt. Manuel Sanders is hurt. Wow, Broncos should be fun next week.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Well, the Dolphins, I believe.
The resurgence of Wes Welker.
Oh,
That's
no.
what's going to happen. It's all about the West next week.
Duckie, how did your season-long fantasy team do this week?
Yeah, I'm moving on. Well, I have no running backs. It got so bad I had to play. I wish I knew about New England guy last night, but I would have picked him up. I might have won, but I hadn't read anywhere anything about him, so I just picked up Matt Asiata and hoped for a touchdown. I didn't get it, so nothing you could do. That's how bad the running back situation was this week. By the way, this segment's brought to you by Pringles.
What flavor of Pringles? Because again, we were talking about earlier about Gatorade had the fruit punch, had the orange, and it had the lemon lime, and then all of a sudden overnight they had like 40 new flavors. Yeah. Pringles is like it's not even flavors; it's just like food, like pizza. You like pizza? All right, I'll make pizza. Burgers, tacos.
These are the originals.
There's no burgers.
There's burger-flavored Pringles, I'm telling you.
No, there's not. No, there's not.
Pringles. Cheeseburger Pringles.
There is, I'm telling you. I'm fairly certain of this, at least.
No, find me the link in the chat. Like, there's no cheeseburger Pringles.
There's beef bourguignon Pringles. There's Vichyssoise Pringles.
I've never had beef bourguignon. Is that any good?
I haven't had. Well, I guess I probably have had it now that I think about it. If it's what I think it was, it's fine. I remember my mom used to make something she called beef stroganoff, but it wasn't beef stroganoff. And one of my snobby friends came over and gave her shit for it. It was a real emotional moment in the household.
All right. Hold on a second. Dan, there's pumpkin spice Pringles. There's cinnamon and sugar Pringles.
I didn't say those didn't exist. I said there's no burger Pringles.
Hold on, I'm getting there. White chocolate peppermint Pringles. Like this is why other countries hate us. The idea that we have white chocolate peppermint Pringles is an option. Oh, 75 Pringles options? That's not enough for you? How about white chocolates? All right.
Pig roast Pringles. I can't think of anything else. I'm blanking.
So, what were your thoughts when you heard that Zombie Hookers was on IFC?
Zombie Strippers? I was disappointed I missed it. I was. I'm glad it's moved up to the medium time, that they give it the credit to. I'm sure they showed it unedited, too, which would have been nice. But yeah, unfortunately, I didn't see that tweet till about an hour after the movie played. So, those Zombie Strippers. I actually managed to get away with a whole day at work today not mentioning that movie. People always ask about the weird movies I work on. I just did not want to bring up Zombie Strippers today for some reason.
Why not? That's like the best talking.
Why would you run away from that? Because
I'm working at a place that actually puts out good movies, and I want them to think I can work on good movies. So.
You're like, oh, I did Captain Phillips. Yeah.
Like,
oh, wow, this guy's real.
Captain Phillips came up, yeah, it did, but yes, Zombie Strippers did not come up. So, well, actually, I can't talk about work. So, they make us sign a, we can't talk anything about work.
Well, that's fine, but you can talk about what you didn't talk about at work, right?
Yeah, I could do that. I didn't talk about Zombie Strippers.
There you go.
That I could say, yeah. But it's funny, they heard me, like, at the end of the night, I was sitting around with 4 people talking, and suddenly my computer makes this loud noise because you invited me to be in the chat. And at first I'm like, I don't know what that noise is. I don't know what's going on. And then I looked and go, oh, it's freaking Dan Bach. Damn it. And even people like my boss in the other office was like going, what's that? And I was like,
oh, you had the whole Google invite. Ding 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 ding.
Yeah, yeah. And I had to pretty much. I told them. I said I do this show, but I told them that partially because I told them I will not be talking about.
Oh, of course not. Of course not. No. I would never put you in that position, Sean.
I know. Well, I kind of did that before when I was at the other places, but but this time I'm going to be.
Well, let's stay on movies. Did you see anything in the last week?
I saw John Wick, and I was surprised how good that movie was.
Whoa.
My brother and I saw it, and we both walked out of that movie. We both were like, dude, that was awesome. We both walked out of it like that. So that was the Keanu Reeves movie. I'm giving the big thumbs up to. So there you have it.
Better or worse than Hardball?
I still haven't seen Hardball.
Oh,
I know that breaks the damn box heart, but.
By the way, Dan, I don't want to distract from movies, but if you check the chat, I posted a picture of something in there. Did you see it?
I haven't been checking the chat. I can bring it up real quick.
Pringles cheeseburger.
Oh, there you go. Oh, by the way, Dean, I'm sure you're happy about the Giancarlo potential there.
I am shocked. Like, I really am, knowing that ownership group and just how inept they are and how cheap they are. I cannot believe it. I feel like there's going to be some kind of clause in there to get them out of there, like a trade clause or somewhere they can break the deal after like 5 or 6 years.
There will be an out clause.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, did the Cardinals trade Shelby Miller? I haven't seen anything today.
For Jason Hayward.
Wow, I guess that's a real reaction to Oscar Taveras there. Jeez, that's like wow. Huh. Interesting. That's like a challenge trade.
Well, there's also somebody, a first-round pick for the Cardinals is also involved. I can't remember the guy's name, a pitcher. He was a first-rounder a couple of years back. I'm not sure how he's been. I think he's been struggling, actually, in the minors, but he's still young.
I have to ask, are you doing Movember this year? Is that why you're growing the stash?
I sort of fell into it, and then now I'm just like, I don't know how much longer I can last because...
It was tough for me last year. My mustache was horrible. I just was embarrassed by it.
Better or worse than mine?
Oh, no, yours is sexy. You look like a beat cop. You look awesome.
I'm going to play Paul Blart's stunt double in the sequel.
Yeah, I know. You know there's a sequel to Paul Blart coming out? He's in Vegas.
Oh, for real? I was being sarcastic.
I saw a poster. That is not the movie of the company I work with, so I could talk about that. But I saw the poster. It's actually a movie for the company I used to work for. So, and I just was like, oh dear God, I guess it's Paul Blart 2 in Vegas. So,
who walked out of Paul Blart and they said, you know what, I need to see more of this. I want to know where the story goes.
I think what they said was, we can make this really cheap and it can make this much money. Okay, that's what it was. So, there's an audience. I mean, Kevin James has made probably 6 or 7 movies where he's the star. Think about that.
There was one where he was a UFC wrestler, or at least something of that sort.
Yeah, like
Here Comes the Boom
or something, yeah.
Oh, that's what it was called, and Here Comes the Boom, and... Okay.
I've only seen Paul Blart. That's the only one I saw, and that was like on HBO one night. I just said, screw it, I'm watching Paul Blart. So.
The weird thing about Paul Blart is there is like an inexplicable, like at the end there's like a big reveal that like is completely unnecessary. It's like there's an evil person in Paul Blart. Okay.
Yeah, well, you gotta have it. You gotta have a villain in classic, Segway movies, or whatever. I guess that would be a Segway Western. That'd be a good name for that movie.
Why is it a Western?
Well, just because you got the battle, you got the duel between the good guy and the bad guy. That's all.
All right, fair enough.
If you add the music from the good and the bad, the ugly to that.
Has a man on a Segway ever picked up a number before? While on the Segway.
Ooh, that'd be a challenge. That'd be a good tournament. Well, no, then they'd have to get a Segway. Come to think of it. Oh well. I'll have to think about it. By the way, we do have a tournament update. I know I didn't do it this week. I do apologize to everyone. I just wasn't going to be able to send 750 chat updates to everybody about it, so I just skipped a week. But
it probably would have been in dispute anyway.
Yeah, because of the whole thing. Yeah. So I was psychic. I picked the right week, but Nick Slim finally responded to me today, and he's looking through the list. So he's picking a Shane. So
Nick Slim is the man behind the new lineup builder, by the way. So
he is?
Yes.
Oh, well, then Nick Slim better come through. That's all I'm saying. If he's watching this show right now, he better step up and give me something real.
Is Nick Slim, or is he like ironically titled?
You know the story of Nick Slim? He actually buddies with he like knows DC. like they went to like a party one time, and they're like, you play daily fantasy sports, and then like he and like Draft Cheat just started like nerding out about daily fantasy, like their wives, like I don't know if they knew each other or what the deal was, but they like are acquaintances up there in Minnesota at least, and then he built that. Remember there was that FanDuel extension which kind of showed like without clicking the players, like it would like have a pop up to show like how many games they played. So you could kind of like search out who wasn't an experienced player or whatever, and we were impressed by that. And then he basically joined the development team. So
yeah, I want to go back for a second though. Draft Cheat at a party. I can just see him like standing there awkwardly, like talking to other guys. So, do you like sports? I like sports. I can see that.
I was a kicker in high school.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I used to kick football. I can see that so much. I don't know why. I'm sure he's like, he's got, or he's completely different. We don't know him. He's got the smoking jacket and the cigarette holder, and he just sits there all sophisticated and stuff. Either way,
Ducky, you missed it. We discovered, we're pretty sure, we assume this is Joey Watson. We found his Twitter account. You want to tweet him? Tell him you're a fan. Yeah.
What's his name?
Joey Watts 19.
Well, of course it's Joey Watts 19. I'm surprised we figured it out. I mean, that took something. Should I talk about his buttoning?
Dan, come on. The first person to tweet Joey Watson that gets a response from Joey Watson should get a T-shirt.
I agree with that 100%.
In a non-harassing fashion. We don't want to harass him. We're big fans.
Yeah. We want a genuine, we love you, Joey Watson kind of thing or something. Well, I guess that wouldn't be genuine, but but a fake, we love you, Joey Watson.
Dan's not on board with this idea. I can tell.
No,
already.
I'm just I don't know. I'm totally spacing out over here. I don't know if it's.
By the way, we have our mystery name for Skip up on the chat. So congratulations. Yeah, you can guess it. I mean, it passed already, but maybe you can find it.
Ducky's Crumbs.
CS Maniac's asking, Ducky, we need NBA TOS. I can't fill NFL TOS. Why do you ask me for NBA TOS? It's like such a pain in the ass getting all you guys to do NFL. I thought that was going to be the easiest one. But, oh yeah, we're back to football, by the way. Zach Mettenberger, who looks like John Holmes.
Okay, so we've had John Holmes. We've had
Zombie Strippers. We've had
who was the other guy that said
Ron Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy. What? Peter North? Is he next?
Yeah, there could be a Peter North reference. I'm open to that. We got to use it in context, though. It's.
How do you properly use that in context?
I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Maybe if we start talking about Tommy G, it's like.
So it looks like that. This is an interesting tweet from Killa B, who is at the game. They're actually watching. He's got Grinders Live on his phone.
Oh.
At the football game, so we are there. I like that. That is good.
We're being seen. It's like. Yeah, it's probably Cal's probably sitting there going, "What are those bastards doing on my network?"
the site is burning right. Did they just mention John Holmes? Like, what else?
Yeah, they're talking about John Holmes and Peter North right now. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're doing fine. Okay, back to the football game. Yeah, it's like why not? So,
very nice.
Yeah.
Can we ask him if Al's still there?
All I can do. I'm no big ball of oil, so I gotta do
giant ball of oil, and I gotta give you credit. You upped your game after I called you out. So way to go, Sean.
I know. Yeah. Well, it's like the trouble is now I got to come up with another one. And I got to go to work in the morning. So pretty much I got to write it tonight.
Oh, yeah, your article was awesome last week. We should go over those questions. You want to go over them?
Yeah, we can do that.
You want to pull them up? Or
you want me to pull them up? Or?
Well, I'm sure we can find it. Let's see. Yeah, sure. Why not? Pull it up.
I just love that you said, I'm no large ball of oil.
I know.
At least get the reference right if you're going to do it.
I thought it was funnier that way, just to throw a random at you. It's like, yeah.
Large ball of Valvoline.
No, I read his article. He did a really good job on it, though. I do want to give him credit. So it's I'm not looking to mock. I'm looking to respect. And okay, let's see here. Questions to ask. Okay, so Dean, I'm going to ask you the first one because DB's involved in this one.
Okay.
Dean, would you rather see our friend Mr. Bach do a shot-for-shot remake of the Will Smith video Parents Just Don't Understand, or STL Cardinals doing a shot-for-shot remake of Genuine's Pony? What would be your opinion on that?
That's not even a conversation. I want to see STL doing Genuine's Pony.
Not even close. I mean,
Yeah.
I think you do a great job of what Parents Just Don't Understand. I know you would.
No,
I know
no. The comic relief on him doing Pony,
Yeah.
not even close. Not even close.
And then let's see. Second one was, would you rather have Crazy Gaby end each basketball show singing a selection from your favorite Bollywood movie, or an all-nude version of Night Sweats?
Definitely part one.
Yeah.
I think we're biased this one, but probably
I'm supporting Crazy Gaby. I think Crazy Gaby probably has this beautiful tenor voice that we don't know about.
You could sing. What is it like? Cherry Ho or Terry Ho or something like? Wasn't that what they did at the end of that millionaire movie, Slumdog?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you could do something like that. But I mean, I bet you if you got him to sing like an aria or something, he'd probably it would make you weep. That's
who do you think has the most random talent, the hidden talent that nobody's aware of, as far amongst the Roto-Grinders world?
Besides draft cheat killing co-eds.
That talent.
That's a good question. I think I mean maybe STL's a good break dancer. You never know.
Like what if Boggs was really good in a tricycle or something like that? That would be awesome.
I'd love to see Boggs.
Or a unicycle, I guess it would be. I don't know.
I don't know. Pepsi being a UFC guy, that's kind of
a real one. Yes, I agree. I bet you Stevie sets up the most lovely place settings.
I can see that.
But yeah, I don't know. That's all right. Question number 3. Back to live action. Let me see here. Now, have both of you seen Too Many Cooks?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so you didn't open that link.
No.
So okay. Dean, what was your opinion of Too Many Cooks while we're at it?
I just was thinking it was a madman who came up with the concept. I thought of how difficult that must have been to shoot.
Yeah.
I thought it was brilliant. You know how Family Guy, if you watch Family Guy, they always hold the joke for 15 or 20 seconds too long, sometimes just an awkwardness. They held the joke for Too Many Cooks for 10 and a half minutes too long, which is...
Yeah. I mean, at first I was like, oh, God, this is horrible. And then it's like, oh, God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And then, oh, God, this is horrible again. but then I was okay with it by the end. But, boy, that song gets stuck in your head. Oh, but anyway, there's a serial killer in it. And the question was, who would be best as the killer if we staged a version of Too Many Cooks? And it was Al Smizzle, Draft Cheat, Dean, Crazy Gaby, and Al Smizzle. So,
now, did you mean to put Al in there twice to try to stuff the ballot?
Yeah, I wanted him to be. I was selling him on that one. I wanted him to play the serial killer.
Who won, by the way? I know people gave answers. What was the winning?
Draft Cheat was definitely the favorite on that one.
He was rocking the stash at the time of this question, I believe.
Oh, I know. Yeah, but I mean, look. I mean, I get it. It's a layup. Like who best could be a serial killer? Draft cheat.
He kind of looks like Dexter a little bit. If you put him in one of those shirts.
I'm telling you, he's got like the Ted Bundy, Dexter quality. That's just.
Women will be writing him letters in prison.
Oh, he'd be very popular
People don't understand you. I understand you. I know where you're coming from.
Oh, he would be so popular in that circuit. He would be like, he'd have like lonely Southern women writing to him all the time. The Panhandle would love him. They would go over well there too. Like,
the Panhandle's not a part of. It's part of Florida, but it's not. It's not. Dan can attest to that. The Panhandle is not Florida.
It's why they need to make Florida and South Florida and have two states. It really is. So it's like.
Florida's the more north you go, the more southern it gets.
It's amazing, yeah. All right, so I guess we're going with draft cheat there, though, which I'm fine with. Which brings up draft cheat again, because he's a popular topic. What's a way to get draft cheat more excited during his shows? Put him on with Pepsi and EMAC, have him get caught up in the energy. Talk more about Teddy Bridgewater. Compliment him on his mustache, or cattle prod.
Cattle prod's got to be the answer, right?
Not everybody was picking cattle prod. Cattle prod was.
Like, how awesome would that be if it actually happened? Like he got a little boring for a couple, and then somebody would we don't see it. We just like a hand coming out of nowhere and cattle prod.
Just tase him, just a quick one.
Don't tase me, bro.
I know. It's like I'd watch the show more. I'd actually at work watch the show if draft cheat was getting tased. I'd be like, sorry. I can't do this important assignment right now. Draft sheet's getting tased. I got to watch this. So
that supersedes everything else.
I think it would. Yeah. So, is Roethlisberger hurt, or is he just? Is there like a lot of people on top of him? A lot of people. Okay. Is Britt Devine's hair really that great?
Yes.
Yeah. So would you go with? A, are you kidding? Of course it is. B, I mean, seriously, are you even questioning this? C, what kind of gall do you have to even bring this topic up? D, no. So Dan obviously is picking one of the first three, or all the above of those three. I thought his hair was fine.
It was pretty solid.
It's fine,
It's more than serviceable.
It does the job. He puts effort behind it. I can't deny that.
Britt Devine's hair is like the Mario Chalmers of the night. He's just kind of like, if you didn't have that hair, you're just going to lose? I don't know. Maybe that was a bad correlation.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that.
He has hair. We'll just leave it at that. So,
there you go.
Number 6. Is there anything better than Boggs Light going on a rant about a player he doesn't like? A, no. B, I wish they'd be longer than the 13 minutes they already are. And C, ask when he goes on a rant while he's chewing tobacco. Or, as I actually say it, tobacco. Dan, you have an answer for that one?
I would say the last option.
Okay, yeah, add tobacco to it. I agree with you.
Who is more likely to chew tobacco? I don't know for certainty that he'd choose, but I would say him or Stevie. They would be my top two suspects.
I think he does chew.
It's got to be a lock, right? I mean,
yeah. But he's from California. I didn't really think they chew tobacco out there. That's more of like a southern thing.
I could have sworn one day he was talking about Skoll on the show or something like that. Or Copenhagen. Maybe it's Copenhagen. Watch, he's in the chat right now. Damn it, I don't do Skoll. I do Copenhagen, or whatever.
Yeah, I was at a roommate in college for 4 years with this kid who used to do it, and he man, leave those little spit he'd have this spit
cup.
Like not a little cup, but he'd keep it he'd put it in one of these 20 ouncers, and then he'd keep it it wasn't just a one-time use it and throw it. He'd keep it until it was full. It was the most disgusting thing.
Well, I mean, maybe he was being conscious of the environment.
Or he's just a rube.
But I don't know. Yeah.
I had a friend of mine who he was telling his fiance or his wife or a longtime girlfriend, I can't recall exactly where it is in the timeline, But he told her that he stopped dipping, he stopped chewing. I guess that's probably a conversation they had about it. And like he said, listen, stop. It's a dirty habit, whatever it is. If I'm going to be with you forever. And she busted him. She found like his stash in his house, like one or two, whatever it was, like one of his canisters. And on the fly, thinking, I guess I was there like a day or two before that. He's like, no, Dean was here. It's Dean's. Like what? Like why am I the first of all the friends of our circle of friends? There's a bunch of people. I don't know why I was the first person. Do I look like the kind of person that would be dipping? I don't know. So now I have to pretend like I dip indefinitely.
Oh. Well,
okay. Let me supersede that dipping story here.
Go ahead.
The same roommate was like, he's like, you went to like the dentist one time, and the dentist is like, Joe, you've been rubbing, and he's like, no. He's like, are you sure? You've been rubbing? And Joe's like, he said like, why did this care that I've been, pleasuring myself or whatever. He couldn't put obviously he wasn't talking about that. He was talking about the dip, but that's how much of a rube this kid was. He mistook chewing tobacco for.
Well, I've never heard the term rubbing for it.
You've never heard the term rubbing?
Not for tobacco.
Yeah.
Never? I've heard rubbing for the other thing. Yes.
You've never heard the term rubbing for tobacco?
No.
I haven't either. I'm not aware of it.
Really?
No,
Wow.
I mean, I understood what you were saying when you said it, so it made
What
sense.
would your dentist gonna ask? Why would your dentist ask you about the latter?
Know that masturbation actually takes away calcium from your teeth.
Oh, okay.
I bet you didn't know that. It's a little known fact. So if you see somebody with no teeth, they've been rubbing a lot. So
I had a dentist accuse me of dipping, and I'm like, no, I don't dip. And they're like, look, I know you. I'm looking at your mouth right now. I can tell. Be honest with me. And I'm like, no. It turns out, you know what I do is I'll eat sunflower seeds. Like I got them playing baseball, and you put it in the side pocket of your mouth, and I guess it's sort of just like rots it. I don't know what it does in there. Apparently, there's some kind of effect where it looks like you're dipping, but I guess I was accused of being. So multiple people out there think I dip, and I don't dip, and I have to pretend like I do with one person, which is kind of funny.
one of those things that doesn't seem like something you could hide from your wife. I mean, pretty much to me, like if you dip, it's like it's on you. You know, it's just that's not something that's like you take one shot of Banaka and it's gone. It's like that stuff just stays with you. That's like luggage. I mean, that's forever. It's like
the glitter at the strip club. You can only get so much glitter off before you come home.
I think I still have glitter from Desert Storm on me. Era. So. That stuff doesn't go away, but still have one more or two more questions. Which of these shows would you most like to see on Roto Grinders?
Okay.
Pillow Talk with CSU Ram 88.
Okay.
That'd be a sexy show. I mean, yeah. Beer Makers fan breaks things over his knee.
I'd watch that.
I would watch that. I would. Kevin Roth spends 28 minutes on barometric pressure. Like a show that could get ratings. Duckie makes references to bands you've never heard. That's called Night Sweats. That's already a show.
It's already.
So, I mean, but still. And then Al Smizzle tries out new catchphrases while making pancakes. One of those shows is up there.
Al has an affinity for pancakes. I remember we were talking. It came up on the show. He loves his pancakes. Apparently, I guess you're aware of this. He referenced the place.
Did he bring that up? Did he bring up the pancakes thing? I didn't get to hear it. So
I can't remember how it came up in conversation, but I know he likes his pancakes. And I think I proposed that pretty much pancakes are pancakes. And
oh no, pancakes are good.
He disagreed with me.
Yeah, there are good pancakes.
I've never said these pancakes. I've never had like a 10 pancakes. I've had like a 6 or a 7 or an 8.
Then you've gone to the wrong place. We need to get you 10 pancakes.
No,
this is my goal right now. Dean gets 10 pancakes.
No, not physically 10 pancakes. I mean, actually, like a 10 score.
I understood what you said.
Okay.
I'm talking about 10 out of 10 pancakes. Yes. I understand.
Okay.
Chad, if you could come up with a place that has perfect pancakes, maybe we'll throw you a T-shirt at some point. So, if anybody's listening, hello, hi. They're all talking about Tim Duncan.
It just reminded me of the story when I was we would stay in like Slidell, Louisiana, or Bay St. Louis, or something like that when we went to Mardi Gras a couple of times. And we're like in small town Mississippi, and we asked like one of the locals where to get some good food. And the guy goes, "Y'all want some really good eating? Head on over to the Waffle House." It's like, all right, that's the authority in this. When Waffle House qualifies, it's like, all right.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's never had the cuisine of Mario Batali. I'm sensing that guy. He's taking a wild stab on that one.
I think we did go to Waffle House too, because I
bet Mario Batali could eat the hell out of a Waffle House. I'm sure. I have no doubt about that. You put Mario Batali in a Waffle House, he's greasing up and going for it. I have no doubt. But
lots of confidence. Tennessee is on what? They're on the 3rd and 1 on the 10-yard line. Is that what we're looking at?
Do we have any sweats tonight of note, or is it just? I mean, I'm just asking.
Yeah, well, it is the name of the show after all. I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tommy's trying to hold off. Let's see. Le'Veon Bell Tommy's at 173. Bell's at 156.
Oh, for which one?
$1,000 King of the Beach qualifier.
Now, I was doing well in the $5 one. I was like 100th, but I'm done. So I'm probably moving down to around 200 on that one. But that was about the best. And that was with doing no research this week. It's probably the best I've scored, and I just did nothing this week. You
didn't read the Roto-Grinders articles or watch any of the shows, or?
I read a huge ball of oils article. That was about it.
Not huge.
What's his name? Gasball? I can't remember his name.
Come on, you know what his name is.
No, he's great. I know. I'm just kidding. But
Ball.
No. Roto-Grinders does wonderful work, and I support them. And many times they give me the right picks. All my other teams sucked. I had one team that worked. That's usually how it is. So, one more question left. We got one left. But did you pick one, by the way? Dan, which show did you want to watch? The Pancake Show? Or?
Yeah, we'll watch the Pancake Show.
Al would do a great job doing pancakes. I know. I think the Beer Makers fan show would be underrated. I just want to say that.
Well, how long could that go for? Does he just break stuff for how long is the show? Is it like an Adult Swim show where it's 11 minutes?
Yeah, you do it like 7 minutes, just a 7-minute segment. Today, Beer Makers fans breaking a 2x4 over his knee. Okay. And then he'll talk about the wood, and stuff like that. It's like, this is a piece of oak. Oak's the hardest wood you could,
Why are we giving him that accent?
I don't know. When you talk about oak, you suddenly get that Wilford Brimley voice. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I can't explain it.
That's fair.
All right, last question. Which chat room regular would you most like to see put in a catapult?
Oh.
Skip and his many aliases.
No.
Anyone talking about the third line of the Edmonton Oilers during the early games of the NFL docket? Soul Stealer, or that son of a bitch who keeps putting Tournament of Shame links in the chat.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy's awful.
Chase Kaufman, by the way. Chase Kaufman.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who is Chase Kaufman? I've never heard of him. He sounds like
everybody that scored this week.
He's the heir apparent to Peter North, I believe.
Yeah. See, look, that worked. That was good.
What's that?
That actually worked. That worked. You found the context to bring up Peter North.
Thank you. I'll be here for a while.
Yeah, you did good, son.
If that was our goal. He was a wide receiver.
Yeah.
I thought he was a tight end. You're saying he was a wide receiver on FanDuel?
Yeah, Chase Kaufman sounds like a tight end or a fullback. I don't know. It's just... If you had to go by the name, what position does Chase Kaufman play? Fullback or tight end, probably.
I would say tight end, yeah.
Yeah, he's a tight end. So,
I don't know.
There you go.
Look at Mettenberger. He's having a good night. 240 yards, 2 touchdowns. Big Ben.
Steelers, yeah,
Jeez.
playing down to their competition once again.
I don't know if the Steelers are that good. Are the Steelers good?
They're good when they play good teams. They're bad when they play bad teams. It's like they kick Indianapolis's ass, and then.
Well, here's a trick question: who are the good teams? Because I don't know who's good and I don't know who's bad.
I mean, I guess Arizona's good, right?
I don't think Arizona's that good. They're fine. They're better than most teams, but I think a lot of teams are flawed. There's nobody that's great.
There's no great team, right? It's not like last year the Seahawks were just dominant, but no, there's no great teams. But
okay, so I'm pulling up the standings in the AFC, right? 6 teams got to make the playoffs. 6.
Yes, 6 teams.
Deserves it. New England deserves it. I guess Kansas City deserves it. And then what? Miami, Indianapolis, Cincinnati. Are they? You watch Cincinnati and say that's a team that should be in the playoffs.
Indianapolis, no doubt.
Okay, but they have no defense. But okay, sure. New England, Denver, Indianapolis, Kansas City is just such a. Oh, they're so boring to watch. But I guess they're pretty good at the football. I don't know. Then the rest, like the next 2 or 3 spots, are going to be filled by Baltimore. Yeah. Real life football.
NFL this year is like the Eastern Conference of the NBA.
Yeah.
There's just not much there to get excited about. It's like not good. Not good.
Are the Packers the best team? Somebody said in the chat the Packers are the best team.
Packers might be the best team right now. And Seahawks beat them convincingly week 1, but, you know. Yeah, probably. I can't think of anybody else that, you know. I don't trust the Cowboys.
No.
Lions tanked. It's like Broncos now are all injured. I get Patriots.
By the way, the NFC South is currently being led by Atlanta and New Orleans at 4-6.
Yeah, that's not good. You know what that's like? That's like my my weekly league that I play in. My division is led by a 4-6 team right now. So yeah.
I never would have thought this would somehow tie back to your season-long team.
But I just share that with you because I know that interests you so much. So just thought I'd throw that in there. I could use some advice. What should I write my article about this week? Anybody listening there? You know, I'm gonna be lazy and let the fans. Do I do another poll? Do I do?
That's lazy.
I don't think you can go back to it too quick. It was really good.
But I mean, you know, I give the people what they want. So.
Yes. Well, what do they want? Let's see. Let's ask them.
I know. That's why I'm asking right now. It's like. Best moment
from the There you go.
I'll have to keep that one. Maybe we'll throw that link up somewhere in the article this week. So.
What were the best moments from The Living Color? What do you guys think of when you think of Living Color?
When I think
I was not the Living Color guy.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, no, wasn't into it. Sorry.
You don't have to be. It's okay.
You don't have to apologize. I mean, you know, you don't have to like everything. So, but Hardball was awesome.
And by the way, Dean, Rondo did not get the triple-double, 14, 9, and 10.
Oh, gee, he was one. Oh, I didn't go back and he was an assist short.
Yep.
Oh, jeez, that's unfortunate. I bet the house on it.
Well, congratulations, homeless Dean.
Well, I'm already halfway there with the mustache, so I'll fit right in.
I know. You do. You can't pull. You know, but I'm telling you, you're pulling that mustache off. I mean, yeah. I'm halfway there. That's all I can say. So, you know, I mean, you know, LL Cool D mustache. So,
ladies love Cool James. 500 words on why Kelly Olynyk sucks. Can you handle that?
I
that seems a little narrowcasted.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, we got narrowcasting in. Yay!
Boom.
Just to say narrowcasting, I don't think it's a complete show. So, I'm glad we got that in there. That's like it's like the Groucho Marx thing where the duck comes down and money gets given away when you say narrowcasting. So, yeah, that's too narrowcasting of a reference there.
Yeah. You want to write about your new job? You don't want to talk about that, do you?
I can't talk about that, no.
Okay.
So, can't talk about it. Got to be respectful to the rules.
What about an ode to Joe Watson, an open letter to him?
Oh, open letter to Joe Watson. Ooh, that's kind of exciting. That actually has potential. Dear Joe, every week I see you on TV. Oh, this has potential.
I think if you do one to Joe Watson, you got to do one to the guy in the bad sport coat for DraftKings. You gotta be equal opportunity.
Maybe
okay,
dear.
Bring beers, bring in CSU, talk about them all.
Yeah, but let me ask you this: does it come off as bitter that I'm talking about those commercials after not getting picked to be in them?
I can't even believe that you were even remotely an option for those.
I know. I mean, I made some money on the sites, but I didn't make like $100,000 or anything. I made like $6,000 in that tournament, you know. So, which means I probably made like what? More than Butterballs, yeah. But I probably made, if I made $6,000 that tournament, that means I probably made $6,200 on FanDuel. So, you know, something like that. But
when Dan said that, I thought he meant like personality-wise, like he was surprised your personality was good enough into the first rounds.
Yes, he's saying that too, but because you're just you're a ball of personality. You're a giant ball of personality. So. But you know, no. Yeah, I didn't understand why they wanted me either. But I mean, maybe they saw me on the show and they thought it would be like I could sit there and Le'Veon Bell going a long distance.
Oh, it's not good for Tommy G.
He's going the distance.
Yeah, I know. Well,
I know that song. That is Cake.
He's going for speed.
Dan Bach, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, there you go. Nicely done. He's all alone. All alone.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I was gonna say you were done about 2 minutes ago. To be honest,
you know, this is the moment.
Just an FYI. Right now, Tommy G 1979, our good friend Tommy G,
yes.
is in the lead for a King of the Beach qualifier, and so is a guy named Tommy G 5.
Ooh,
different Tommy G's in contention, and now they're just pounding it with Le'Veon Bell. So I know that Tommy G is probably, I don't know, he might be pooping his pants pretty soon.
Yeah, you know what my favorite Tommy G thing is, and it's not what you think.
His modesty?
Once a month or so, the stock market decides to take like a correction for one day. You know? Just like one day, it's like a lot of people sell. And that's fine. It happens. It goes up. It goes down. And Tommy G starts his whole, I told you the market's going to hell. I told you all. And then the next day it goes back up. And then by the end of the week, it's actually up 1% more than it was before that whole thing happened. And we never hear from Tommy after that.
It's
really
just
amazing.
I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
I know. You never hear Tommy say, you know, maybe I'm wrong about the market.
Tommy's great, though. He's so much fun because
I love Tommy.
He's in the FCK challenge, and he's winning that, and he's all over Twitter talking about how he's currently ahead. And if he falls back a couple spots, I imagine he's going to be a little more silent. But he's great. He's a great personality to have in the industry, I think.
Yeah. By the way, what is the FCK challenge? I was not invited to that, so I was just curious.
Unless you had 5K sitting in your DraftKings account, you weren't going to play.
Well, yeah, I was. Yeah. Well, I think I've got about $28 in my DraftKings account. I think that was not going to happen. So. But that's $28 in cash, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
So just an update here. Tommy is up a whopping 9.5 points, and the guy behind him has Le'Veon Bell, and they're down to the 5-yard line.
Start of the fourth quarter coming up. First down.
I just want you to know the hottest thing are 1-week leagues in FanDuel.
And Eric Warrior, who's probably got like 10 seats already, is the guy who's going to pass him up.
Who is it?
Comox Warrior. He's probably already got like 3, 4. He wins every week.
That guy's
By the way, I
pretty
want to make this clear. Joe Watson not only has the button-up shirt, he's got the undershirt underneath the polo shirt. So he's really pulling off a look. That is something.
Ducky, next Monday. Do you want to play the game next Monday? Every time Joe Watson's on TV, you take a shot?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, I think people should. But it's like I'm watching that right now, and it's like he's saying, I'm wearing a polo shirt because I'm cool and relaxed, but my nipples are cold. So therefore, I got to wear this T-shirt underneath. But, you know, it's an interesting look, I got to say. I'm surprised the FanDuel people, you know, then again, there's like one guy wearing a hoodie during the interview, so I don't think they were really going for fashion on that one. They were pulling out anybody, you know, wearing the latest fall fashions when they did the
What was Butterballs wearing? Do you remember?
Butterballs was wearing a bib and overalls. Just like a little lobster bib and overalls. And, and it was a good look for him. So, you know. Oh, boy, it's amazing.
I do have to laugh. At some point in time, I had a conversation with Nigel. I don't know if it was at Grinders Party or one of the interviews I've done with him over the years, but the question was like, what's your favorite? No, I think it was the AMA on Roto Grinders, and somebody asked him, what's your favorite screen name? And when he said Butterballs, I'm not going to lie, I thought of you, Ducky, because I was like,
I know. Just Senator Butterballs. Prime Minister Butterball.
Okay, Le'Veon Bell, Tommy G's trip to Atlantis could be on the line.
There's. That's a touchdown.
Oh, give it to him.
Touchdown. Le'Veon Bell.
That was probably about 7 yards, and what is it, 6 for a touchdown?
Yeah, and he's already got the bonus, so the bonus
he's got the bonus, so he'll be in the. Oh man, Tommy's probably just ready to.
So he's back 2 points behind now. So
yeah, probably going into the fourth quarter. You know, full fourth quarter to go. Tight game. I think that's its score.
I think the Steelers came to their senses and just said, Ben, we're letting Le'Veon run the ball.
That's a heck of a play by Le'Veon Bell to make sure his knees didn't hit. Wow.
Yeah, I think they give it to him.
Oh, that's a touchdown. No doubt.
Tommy, you're my boy, but that's a touchdown.
So. I haven't checked on Twitter. Let's see how much he's cussing right now. I'm guaranteeing you there's an F-bomb somewhere in his.
He's the second most eloquent Twitter guy. Starts getting angry right behind Young Kaiser.
Yeah, that's what I was going to guess. It's
Young Kaiser's like the no, not Ed Graham, but we'll go with Keats. He's the John Keats of Twitter. He's
Living the Fantasy. Is Living the Fantasy the film crew that's filming Tommy for an upcoming documentary? Is that something? Yeah. I know there's isn't he involved, and the guy that's a student at Notre Dame, I can't remember his name. I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about, maybe.
I do. I can't remember. Yeah, it's oh God, who's the guy that they're interviewing?
Corey Albertson.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do real quick. We're gonna go invite the guys at the football game to Night Sweats.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can hear a bunch of people go, "Arr!" Yeah, let's do it.
You don't think they're sober?
Okay, here we go. Invite coming. Apparently they got Wi-Fi in the stadium, so let's bring them on in. Hold on here.
Yeah. While we're waiting, I just want you to know Pete Jennings won over $2 million on DraftKings.com. So.
You don't say, really?
Yeah,
Pete Jennings?
Puppet. I so want to do their logo for them, redo their logo.
Damn it, Ducky, you say this every single week. You need new material, my man.
Just brought up that Butterball story 3 times, so don't tell me about it.
That's all right. All right.
You guys want to talk about narrowcasting?
Yeah, I know. It's like, don't give me that.
I can't say that word anymore either.
I let it go. I let it go. You got a hammer. Okay. Fine, I'll hammer back, Chief. I'm looking forward to this. I'm sure I'm sure they're going to be all in good spirits. So
Says he's got 15 of the top DFS guys and the RG guys. So we're gonna now we got to ask like one question apiece. So get ready.
Questions? Okay. I noticed I wasn't invited to Tennessee. That's okay. That's fine.
You know, Duckie, we pitched our movie to Dan already. He shot it down, didn't he? Or traveling across America?
He didn't like our idea, I know. That was such a good idea, though.
It really was.
I'm sorry. It was a great idea. You know, but then we'll go to Minnesota and Draft Cheat will murder us.
It'll make for a great movie, though. Hopefully we have enough footage that we can like piece something together.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh dear God.
Killer B, what's up, man?
Good. Hey, I'm gonna hand.
Send it on down. Nobody.
I hear Outcast.
Hey, dirty girl.
Camera on them.
Dirty girl sweat.
Oh, there's Dirty Girl.
Dirty girl. Okay. Just a little bit of information. Sweat. He would have won a $200 qualified queue on DraftKings. All he needed was the Pittsburgh defense to put up less than 3 points. 3 of them. He didn't even get into the stadium, and Pittsburgh already returned a touchdown. No sweat. No sweat at all. He was drawing dead by the time he stepped foot in the stadium.
Is Dirty
hand this down.
watching the game because he doesn't like football?
Yeah, I'm going to turn you up. Hold on. All right, I'm handing you down. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Oh, that's pretty good. TV! Dean, I got some Duckie. Oh, we got some John Moreland. Get this out. We got some towel. Oh, we got some towel. We got some skins.
How is it you shot a deer?
Gentlemen, I'm here 45 from the Titan Stadium. As you can see in the background, I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, Cal Pears. I can't hear you, but I hope you can hear me. Can somebody give me a thumbs up if you can hear us? Nice.
More than that, because it's like a pear.
He actually looks like a pear in this hat.
That's true. That
Guys,
is
that's
a
it for me. It's effing freezing here.
It's not so bad. It's not so bad.
Lies and propaganda. It's cold.
Duckie, tell Al you thought he was going to be gone.
Here we go. We're going back down the line now. Back down the line. Dean, Duckie, Brett. All right.
Okay, did we
All
lose
right,
it?
I think we.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
I'm gonna be able to hear you.
All right.
All right, I think we're
Hey,
gonna.
Team Killer B right here. Team Killer B.
Okay. I think
Team Killer B. Team Killer B. You can't even see his face.
It's cold.
Is that the giant?
And then Dirty Girl.
I'm kind of with them.
Dirty Girl.
I wish I was Team Killer B.
He's never watched a football game. Never watched a football game.
Yeah, this is my first one. Sick.
Yeah. First 3 hours of NFL football action he's ever taken in.
Yeah.
He's Canadian.
You know that
This is
game
probably
sometime.
warm.
I don't think we're gonna be.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
No, we should go sometime.
Yeah.
All right, we're going.
Should we swing it back to the Smiths? Smiths.
Look at that guy's coat there.
No,
Like an Eskimo. Yeah, show some of the girls.
doesn't matter. The girls are all wearing like 12 layers.
Something big just happened.
Yeah, and yet I don't see
Big
it on
play over the middle. Drop pass.
All right. Hey, Killer B, thanks for the drop in, man.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
There it is. See, they're about.
Yeah.
They're way ahead of us.
Second.
All right.
Tell them about your lineups.
Okay. So tonight just if you want to know about my lineups, we got Le'Veon Bell going tonight. Le'Veon Bell's in all my DraftKings FanDuel action. Oh, bad punt. Bad punt. That was a shank. 25-yard punt.
They're totally
Brutal.
spoiling
Cut
it
'em.
for us. Jeez.
So Le'Veon Bell, we're sweating. We already got 100 yards and a touch, so looking pretty good with Le'Veon. What are you sweating tonight, Cam? What is Cam sweating?
I'm the anti-sweat. Hoping all my lineups hold where they were.
What are you sweating?
Cameron's
I
sweating.
sweat nothing, man. Too cold to sweat.
Cameron's
Too cold to sweat. He's sweating Zach Mettenberger, baby. Zach effing Mettenberger. Too cold to sweat. Hey, any more sweats? What do you got? What do you got?
I got no sweats. My team sucks.
No sweats.
There's prison to victory, ladies and gentlemen.
What do we got sweating tonight? What is Cal? What is Cal?
I need like 10 more Justin Hunter catches.
10 more Justin Hunter. Sold. What are we sweating tonight? What are we sweating? Yeah, you need anything?
I need 120 points from Le'Veon Bell.
120 points from Le'Veon Bell. Sold. What are you sweating tonight?
Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown. How many points? What do you need?
I need him to do his normal 5 catches for 50 yards. He's already done that. He's got I think he's got 8. What has he got? 8 for something?
There's Riley, ladies and gentlemen.
That sounds about right. Hey, we have a Hines Ward sighting. Hines Ward. Hines Ward, say what's up.
What's up, man?
Yeah, that's Hines Ward. Hines Ward, not at Heinz Field. All right, we're coming back down to sweats. Sweats. All right.
I think I'm going to throw up here soon.
You guys want to see some Tennessee Titans cheerleaders?
Sure.
They're doing some crazy dancing right now.
By the way, I think we have a problem with NFL football with the express consent of the National
A
Football.
play's about to happen.
I think that's a problem.
So there you go.
Yeah, I think it's going to cut now. It's time to cut.
Don't do that!
I'm getting
Oh! Le'Veon Bell, 10 yards.
Yeah, he's telling us before we
Looking
see
good.
it.
It's looking good for Kill a Beat right now, I tell you that.
All right.
What do you think?
Okay,
What are we thinking
we're
right
out.
now?
We'll see you
It's
later.
cold.
guys.
Cold, grind it out game.
They think it's cold. They think it's cold. I come from Wisconsin. Look at what I'm wearing. I barely have any clothes on. It's like a kind of fun.
Okay. Question is, how long do they keep talking into the phone?
I'd say another 10 minutes.
Did Killer Bee just talk in third person and say it's looking good for Killer Bee?
Well, he's saying Team Killer Bee, basically.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear team part. Okay.
Yeah, but that's about exactly what I expected it to be.
Just the train wreck we were looking for.
Just a lot of which is good.
Sounds
I like
right.
those guys. They're all good guys, so it's good. But yeah, it's like
Al looked like the senior patriot. He looked like the the senior citizen there with like the.
Al is bitter right now. Al
He
is
wants to be
bitter.
gone.
Cold. He's not drunk. He's the only one there not drunk.
Probably.
And yeah, he's probably hating things right now. He's probably like, I'm at the game because I'm supporting the guys, but I don't want to be here. I'd rather be in my man cave playing FIFA right now. That's what I want to be doing. That's okay.
Does Dirty Girl not play football at all, or just doesn't watch it?
No, he doesn't watch it. He doesn't watch sports. He's like pure stats. That's it.
Wow. Okay.
Looks at spreadsheets and looks at numbers and doesn't even watch games at all.
Interesting.
Well, they said that was the first thing he's taken in. I bet that's not the biggest thing he's ever taken in, by the way. Thank you. So, just kidding. But thank you.
What just happened?
Le'Veon Bell with a catch and 9 yards. I think our boy Tommy's in trouble right now. That catch might have been enough right there.
We got a little bit of a sweat going in Millionaire Maker, too.
What do we have?
Got DM71 is 13.5 points behind with Le'Veon Bell. Think he's sweating it?
Yeah. What's I'm trying to figure out the name. Got DM. What do you think DM stand? What does DM stand for? Is that got him? Like, is that like a? No. What does that mean? I'm trying to figure it out. I got nothing.
Got them. Another Le'Veon Bell catch.
It's got to be
Tommy,
it.
I'm sorry.
Got to be passed by. Oh, so
Tommy just
brutal.
lost. That's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, they basically have made this the Le'Veon Bell offense the second half. They're not going to anyone else. Hey, I'm cashing in 5 tournaments. All right. Yay me.
All right, so 7 minutes ago, Tommy tweeted out, "You got to be effing kidding me." He didn't say effing.
Yeah, that is a Tommy tweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be. Yeah, well. Sorry, G.
Somebody said in the chat that he's up by 0.2 points right now. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I'm watching it right now, but I don't know if that included that last play or not. So.
And they just gave him 4 yards. Yeah, so. They basically they.
You know what he's banking on now? Fumble, and that's not even going to be enough. 175 to 173.
Yeah, and what's a fumble? 2 points, or?
Yeah.
Like a loss and a fumble, but even then, I think they're basically just saying, you are the bell cow right now. Yeah. Okay. Chocolate Diamonds by Le'Veon is going crazy right now.
Chocolate Diamonds by Le'Veon.
Yeah. So.
I can't be loud because my wife just went to sleep. So you guys are going to have to carry the show here.
Uh-oh.
We've never done that before. We'll find a way. I don't know.
Did you just get the look, Dan, or are you like a text? How does that work?
No, I got a thumbs down.
No. Yeah.
So.
We got to build you a man cave so you could do that.
I need to win $1 million, and then I'll build my own. How about that?
Oh, we got a touchdown. Was that Brown?
Yep, Antonio Brown.
Brown. For your old Tribe Called Quest fan. Thank you.
That's not good. I don't have any of these guys, I don't think. Didn't help me.
I know I have a Roethlisberger Brown team somewhere. I don't know if I had Bell on that same team. I know I played Bell quite a bit. But...
Be happy you didn't pivot to Ryan Anderson. 2 points, 1 assist, 1 turnover.
Wow. What about Taj? How's he doing? That game just kind of started.
It just started. Noah's got 5 boards and an assist.
You know how amazing it is out here in Los Angeles with Laker fans right now?
What is it like out there at Kobe? Because, are Laker fans excited about Nick Young coming back? Are they frightened about the two of them being on the court at the same time? What is the vibe?
No, they are typical LA fans. They're ignoring the Lakers now because that's what they do. They'd rather just not deal with it. They don't act like they're loyal Laker fans, and they're just like, I'd rather not deal with it. You know, they run fast when a team falls apart on them. So, there's still people that go to the games. There's still the 12 morons in the 28th row that yell MVP every time Kobe shoots a free throw. You still
Maybe
have that.
MVP stands for something besides most valuable player to them.
Yeah, I don't know, but. By the way, Joe, I just want you to know I'm about to do a reverse Joe Watson right now. I'm going to unbutton the button. Sure.
Ooh.
So,
I want to turn your picture up now.
Yeah. It's like, whoo. There you go.
I feel like I should slip you $1 for that or something.
I know. It's reverse Joe Watson right there. So.
The reverse Joe Watson. There's only one person in the world that calls that a reverse Joe Watson. It's you.
I know. Well, thank you. It's right up there with a reverse butterballs.
I'm sorry. I apologize. In the chat, I said Nick Young. How wrong? Swaggy P. I hope he's not watching.
Swaggy P. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I think people. I mean, look, it's weird. For like the first week, people were like, my one friend who's a Laker fan was doing there's all these guys you could sign to make the team better, like Ron Artest and Andrew Bynum. And I'm like, do you really think those guys are going to help you in any way? It's like, just let the thing die like it should, you know?
What year are they signing these guys in? What year is
That's
it?
what I said that too. I was like, you do realize all the, like, Lamar Odom you mentioned. I was like, you realize he was like trying to sell me on Raja Bell is going to help the Lakers. I was like,
Magic Johnson's a free agent. We can get him, right?
It's like Kareem could still do a skyhook now and then, I'm sure, but
He could dive, if nothing else. I don't know if that helps in basketball, but
you know,
what was that show? Splash?
Wait, what?
Remember that show where the celebrity diving or something?
Yes, they did Splash. Yes, I think it was called Splash. Yes,
it was called Splash. Yes.
Louis Anderson was in it.
Yeah. And I can't believe I didn't see Louis Anderson diving, and I didn't want to be a part of that.
Well, you could have been there live?
What?
You could have been there live?
No, I mean just watching it. I mean just the fact I didn't like take the time to watch Louis Anderson diving is stunning to me. I figured that'd be worth the price of admission right there. I mean, come on.
Here's my theory on that. That show was not greenlit until a producer or some production company saw Louis Anderson in his suit, and they said, "Yes, we're good to go." All right, I was on the fence. Louis Anderson's in. All right, we're doing it.
Yeah, it really tells you how bad TV is because all you have to do is show like one minor train wreck, and you know, and then people are like, "Yeah, we're buying it. We could get ad time for that." You know.
Louis Anderson, my fourth favorite Family Feud host of all time.
Who's your
okay, so hold on, let me guess
rankings.
I don't really have rankings. I can make it.
Richard Dawson's number 1. I mean, definitely, it's got to be Richard Dawson.
I think Ray Combs. I think Ray Combs is my favorite.
Ray Combs is supposedly like psychotic or something like that.
He killed himself too, but yeah. Well, he had that car accident, and I think he hung himself, right?
I'll tell you who the worst was.
Steve Harvey?
No, not even close.
The guy from Home Improvement.
Yes.
Oh, Richard Karn? Are you feeling Richard Karn love?
How the heck did he get that job?
Well, wait a second. What about Jay Peterman? Is he not the worst?
No.
No, I'd give Peterman over Richard Karn. What was Richard Karn's? What was his name on that show?
Al Borland.
Why do we know all this useless information?
Because I'm a trivia master, so it's a...
So who is your favorite Family Feud? Yours is Richard Dawkins?
It's Richard Dawson. There's no, I mean, he basically molested all those women on that show in the 70s. It was like, I mean, come on, that's entertainment. Come here, love, give me a kiss.
They brought him back too. He was gone and he came back like after 3 hosts or so. I don't know what the exact order.
They realized they said, this show isn't rapey enough.
Oh, I know. What's Richard Dawson up to these days?
Richard Dawson back. It's like, yeah. You know. I might make one of the Tournament of Shames. You have to put a profile up on Steve Harvey's dating website.
What? He's got a dating website?
Yeah, he's got a dating website now.
What's it called?
Delightful, I think. I think it's the name.
Oh, that is awesome. That is delightful.
I mean, I know some of you guys are married, but you don't have to answer anything. Just put the profile up. That's all. Because also, if any of us put up a profile, they'll probably ban us anyway from it. So it's like it's fine. But just say I'm here to love.
So how does this work? Who looks at Steve Harvey and says, "Yeah, that guy needs his own dating website and he needs a suit collection"? I
know. Well, he writes dating books. He's written like multiple books on dating.
What?
I don't know why. Yeah.
Okay.
He's also a DJ out here in LA, but I never listen to him. I know it's shocking. It's not one of the stations I get.
He probably makes like $50 million a year plus between all that stuff.
Yeah. I'm sure he's doing very fine.
Really wealthy.
Delightful, find love, and keep it. The dating site from Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to use my word again. Have you seen all the narrow-casted dating websites that are out there?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're gluten-free, find your gluten-free lover. Like, they're just insane.
Funny thing is, Draft Cheat met his girl on Deranged Serial Killers and the Women Who Love Them.com.
That can't be true. I don't believe that.
Maybe that's not true. I don't know.
You might be.
Basically, I'm just trying to start this meme. Like, Draft Cheat's a serial killer. I was in the car and I said, "What can I talk about tonight?" Okay, Draft Cheat's a serial killer. Good. Let's go with that.
Hey, you know what? He refuses to come on the show. What's his trash him then? How about that?
Yeah, I know. If he refuses to come on the show, I'm just gonna call him a serial killer the whole time. That's fine.
Ground for us, apparently.
He probably. I would be surprised he's not even watching, but yet he's hearing voices that are telling him to watch right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see if he's lurking. I can't see him lurking on Twitter or anything. I haven't seen him pop up. Who knows what he's up to? He's off doing his Dexter thing.
Yeah, exactly. He's smearing his basement with blood right now. But that's fine. But by the way, maybe I need to do this show only an hour and a half. I got more energy, coming out of work. I seem amped tonight. I don't know. It's like maybe after the third hour of Night Sweats, I run out of gas. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we have. That's where I'm at right now.
I'm running, so it's like I'm okay with that. But
I'm actively trying to find weird websites for dating, and I haven't found anything just yet, though.
I remember there was like an indie rock one I looked up when I was young. There was one of those, but I can't remember. Some indie rock type thing. It was like rock and roll dating or something like that. I can't remember.
If you're into indie rock, aren't you like too cool for that?
That was the irony. That's why I didn't meet. But
yeah.
It's just ironic. It's dating for people that can't date or something like that. I don't know.
Do you have any indie rock bands for us? You said that you're going to be talking about them on Night Sweats. What do you have? Who are you listening to these days?
Well, I mean, I got the new Wilco B-side collection. There were 80 B-sides on there. I was very happy about that. That came in the mail a couple days ago. So I'm through about 55 of the 80 songs. So
I never gotten the Wilco. Should I?
Oh, I love Wilco. I've seen them maybe like 7 or 8 times in concert. They're great. They are a great live band. They're probably the best live band I've seen.
You've seen them 7 or 8 more times than I have.
Obviously, yeah. I mean, they are an amazing live band. They're really tight. So I'm trying to figure out the Titans mascot here right now. By the way, they're showing it on TV. He's got.
I don't know what it is.
It's Al Smizzle on the field. No.
That's Rack, I believe.
Oh, is that his name?
I believe.
He's wearing like a blue mustache or something. Oh, there's Le'Veon Bell. They're showing the Le'Veon Bell angle right now because they know he's going to get the ball 13 more times in the next. I sense the Steelers are just going to say, fine, we're going to treat him like DeMarco Murray the rest of the season. And just say, screw it. He's going to carry 40 times a game the rest of the year. So, and I don't blame him. They could do it. But who's the drunkest at the football game right now?
Killer B.
Yeah.
Well, he's Canadian, right? Is that what you said?
No, Dirty Girl's Canadian.
Canadians tend to drink pretty strong, from what I understand, at least from my experience. It's certainly not Al, obviously. SBK? Yeah. You think they would serve SBK?
Yeah. Oh, SBK is probably drunk. He weighs like 14 pounds, so yeah, 2 sips of alcohol and he's probably blasted. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Wasn't SBK like a serial killer's name too, or what was that? Who was
that
famous?
Something Bound Kill.
Yeah.
It was the. It was a famous killer from like the 90s.
RBK or TBK or what was that? Somebody in chat.
BK. Something. It's Bound Kill. Something Bound Kill.
Something bound kill. If you can tell us that, maybe we'll give you a T-shirt.
With blood all over it.
Yeah, I know. Draft Cheat will sign it in blood. Your Draft Cheat. It'll say that.
Oh, yeah, the BTK, bind, torture, and kill.
Ah, okay. So SBK and BTK, close enough. Basically, what we're saying is SBK is a serial killer also. So there you go. But he doesn't seem like the serial killer type. I don't even think he can hold a machete. He'd fall over with a machete.
Almost Eagle pretty much beat me to it, and he's very excited that he got it. If you look in the chat, so.
Oh wait. Who got? Oh.
Yeah,
almost Eagle. Yeah, you are very excited about that. Yeah, give almost Eagle 1, 2, 3. Two things. Number one, email Dan, and he will get you a Grinders or a Roto Grinders T-shirt. Number two, we're worried about you and your family. Please don't kill him.
He's asking if he can get credit. We're giving him credit, right? I'm sure he said it before I did because there's a delay.
Yeah, no, we're giving it to Almost Eagle 1, 2, 3. We're saying it right now.
PM me, and we'll get you taken care of. Almost.
Yeah, yes, but please don't kill Dan Bach. Just don't. Please. We like
let me
Dan.
see here real quick. Are they reviewing this fumble? And I'm wondering if this would swing. I don't think it would swing Tommy's way, but let's just make sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think Le'Veon Bell's like 11 points ahead right now after all that stuff. But
he's 3.4, so not quite enough.
Oh, Tommy G.
Giant Ball of Oil just tweeted about that play. Ironically, we've been talking about him. I have not watched 1 second of the game, which is very strange. It's right over my shoulder. But again,
that's what I did last week. Last week I watched the poker event. And while the
I'm very happy, by the way, Almost Eagle won that because he's very excited about winning, and I'm happy for him.
We want people that are excited to be part of the show, to win stuff, So Almost Eagle, wear it in pride. Oh, Skip, I already gave you credit for being rubber band.
And by the way, Anthony Davis first half 11, 6, 1, 2, and 3, 0 turnovers.
He's amazing. He's insane.
Let's see, 11, 17, 21, 20, and then assuming if I went by rebounds and assists being 1 point, you're looking at he's got to be over 30 points at halftime. So I'll
tell you right now. Hold on, I'll let you know what he has. 29.7 on FanDuel.
Yeah, crazy.
He's good.
Yeah, he's good. That's the best analysis that any grinder host has given. He's good.
Yeah, he's pretty
good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I can do the Larry David voice all day. So please stop me whenever.
I'd say do the rest of the show like that. I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Almost Eagle is asking who he emails. Send a personal message to you, right, Dan? A direct message to you?
Yeah. Just and send it 87 times overnight. Just where's my shirt? Mind, torture, kill. So far the last 2 weeks we gave away T-shirts. Mind, torture, kill. And what was the one last week we gave away? What was that? That was
you asked about DSL.
Oh yeah, DSL. Yeah, we've given away T-shirts for DSL and BTK. We really got to join that. Yeah. But really, Jennifer Garner does have DSLs. I can't deny that fact. It's just good for her. Good for her.
Is that on the resume, you think?
I think it's just understood.
Okay.
I think most executives in Hollywood know. And I'll just leave it at that.
Jimmy Minutes, by the way, without Pau Gasol, without it's early, but he hasn't really done anything yet.
Oh, poor Pau Gasol.
Yeah, no Palcos. You know, he had revenge on the Staples Center. Not revenge against the Bulls, against the Clippers, but Staples Center.
By the way, another 10 yards for Le'Veon Bell, so just ice this one.
How much time's left? Are they just going to run the clock out, or where are we at?
5 minutes.
That's too much time.
So the Steelers are still a playoff team, right? If they win this one, that's.
Yeah, they're still in the conversation. The AFC is just not very good. Tennessee only has one timeout left, which doesn't.
By the way, I do want to say right now, with all this Le'Veon Bell and Roethlisberger, I am cashing in 8 of my 16 tournaments on DraftKings. That's got to count for something.
That does.
I'm an expert.
I'm staring at my currently winning. It's the weirdest thing if you ever watch your currently winning and like it just sort of jumps. Like you'll just like one thing, it'll jump like $200. It's like, whoa, what just happened? 10 yards.
Yeah.
Like, oh no. Like,
I don't have that luxury. Mine goes up from like 51 to 53.
Well,
or something like that, you know. And I get like $2. I'm excited.
Mine just jumped like $78. I don't know what it was, but
positive is positive.
Yes, positive is positive. That's the second best analysis we've had tonight, I think.
Yeah, actually, I was playing Madden, and and Phil Simms on the commentary on Madden was saying something along the lines, "It's better to be ahead than behind." And I was like, somebody actually taped that and said that was a good line to use. It was like,
what were the outtakes? If that was accepted.
Yeah, I know. It's like, what did he have to say? You know.
Did you see Dan, by the way, in the picture? He's just chilling.
Yeah, I know. Dan's comfortable. Yeah, Dan's comfortable.
Okay. He gave us a wave, okay. I wasn't sure if he can hear us.
Dan,
are we too loud?
No, you're not loud. I get loud. You're fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but what do you think Phil Simms outtakes that they couldn't use for that war? You know, like the Jews are controlling the media. Oh wait, we can't use that on Madden. Stop that. You know. So.
Probably not the platform for that.
By the way, did you see the video, that workout video from Phil Simms that was on Bill Simmons' article?
I want to see
it. Oh God! Try to find Phil Simms' workout video on YouTube.
Is it a modern day thing or something he did like in the 80s?
He's wearing like John Stockton shorts and a jersey, and he's got like Todd Christensen's in it and Eric Dickerson.
Hold on, I got it. I think I got it.
Oh,
I see Todd Christensen.
Oh, it's so amazing. It's it's amazing. I can't believe I hadn't found that before. It was
wow. Gary Anderson, kicker Gary Anderson's on it.
I know. It's like did they really need a kicker? That was like that must have been cousin of the producer, Gary.
Phil McConkey, my favorite receiver in the '80s.
Phil McConkey, you know, gutty and gritty. So.
You know. He got a nose for the ball, that Phil McConkey. I just put the video in the chat, and that is something I'm definitely going to be bookmarking.
It's worth watching, to say the least. But
Eric Dickerson and his Jericho make an appearance, which is pretty good.
And and then a bunch of girls in leg warmers. It's got it all.
What was the post video party like with this crew?
I'm sure it was like cocaine and a pig roast. Surprisingly, they had a nice pig roast. It had it all. But
I don't remember Reggie Williams.
By the way, I never understood the number of jewelry commercials they show during NFL games. I mean, they show a lot of jewelry. I mean, I get it. You're buying for your wife. I get it, the whole thing. But it's like, you know, the truth is if you're buying your jewelry from Zales, she's not going to be impressed anyway.
What's wrong with Zales? We shouldn't go there?
Nah, you could do better.
Jared?
That's my Jared? No, you could do better than Jared. That's where you get the chocolate diamonds from Le'Veon. No woman ever said, I want a chocolate diamond. No woman.
What is the one where they have the different charms? Like each one like says, oh, I went to Italy. That charm says like baseball.
You know what those charms say to me? That I spent $49 at K Jewelers. That's all that says to me.
What do you think you get out? What do you get out of the wife if you buy that? I mean, what is she willing to give up that evening?
I don't even think you get a handy for that. I don't think you do. I think you get a pat on the back. Thanks.
Oh man, I climbed all the way up to 8th in an FFFC qualifier and didn't even see it.
Oh, nice.
Look at that.
I had
You got a
the
sweat
Le'Veon
there.
Bell Bishop Sankey combo.
Well,
Can you catch?
Probably not. I mean, I'm the only person who's got both of them, but
Like a Bishop Sankey 80-yard run.
somebody's got Sankey in front of me, and then the other person and then another person in front of me has Bell, so it's hard to kind of catch up.
you need Sankey to throw a touchdown pass to Bell.
Well, the truth is the Steelers are about to run this game out. So
Yeah, this game's about over.
down. There's one timeout left in under 2 minutes. So
Dean picked a bad week to jump out of the syndicate. That's all I have to say.
Oh no! What did I miss out on? Do I one of them?
Not a pity handy, but you know.
I don't get these. No pity handy for Zales, no pity handy for the syndicate.
I know. So just to clarify, since Dean had this bad luck, if anybody in the chat would like to give Dean a pity handy, we'll give you a T-shirt.
You're gonna need that T-shirt. I'm not gonna tell you why.
I bet you will. Just throwing that out there. Anybody that's a real trooper, it is in the Florida area. The FTL, is it FTL? You're in the FTL area?
I am in the FTL area, that's correct.
Okay, yeah. If you're in the FTL area and you're willing to give Dean a pity handy, just,
Dan, what was your top team in the Millionaire? I'm scrolling through, I'm trying to find you.
I think I'm 40, let's see, 48th?
Is that your Cutler team?
Yes. 175.9.
Nicely done. Very nice.
Well played.
Well played.
I put up a 153. That's what I've opened right there. I guess I don't even know if that cashes or anything. Oh, yeah, it does. 175. Okay. Boom. There you go. I feel good now.
My highest score this week was 174.
It's very solid.
Yeah, that was
crazy when you get to these points though late where like just a couple of points moves like it's worth hundreds of dollars. Just literally 1 point will jump you in one of those millionaire tournaments. Hundreds, sometimes thousands, just kind of nuts. But good week. We'll take it.
Nicely done, Dan.
Dan's taking the kids to Krispy Kreme this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna be cutting checks to other people, unfortunately, because I'm back so sore from carrying these guys.
Oh, poor Dan.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I think we have an ending here. Do we want to go through some of the big winners tonight? In the, I guess this Roethlisberger kneel down will cost Boggs Light a championship. But beyond that,
well, Yo-Yo Ma, I'm pretty sure he's not the Cellos.
That would be so awesome.
That really was.
But he won $300,000 on FanDuel tonight.
Congratulations, Yo-Yo Ma. I never get to say that sentence enough. Congratulations, Yo-Yo Ma.
Dave the Champ barely held on.
Wow.
233.74 to 230.04. So Scott made a lot of money tonight, but fell a little bit short.
Who's Scott?
He finished second. I don't know. Scott DM71.
Oh, I thought his username was just Scott. Like I would think that had been taken a long time ago. Sorry, I wasn't looking at it. Yo-Yo Ma with 204. That is really impressive. Of course, he had Jonas Gray and Aaron Rodgers and Cobb. Jared Cook is a champion today. 3.4 points.
Somebody had Jonas Gray. Do you think that was one of the late swap kind of picks, or?
This is FanDuel.
Oh.
43.9 points in FanDuel. That is insane.
Jonas Gray. I don't know. Well, anyway. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
$5,800.
That's crazy. On
Somebody's paying attention to something. Maybe it's like Bill Belichick's cousin or something like that that just had inside info. Is there ever going to be a point where you think that there's going to be inside info is going to be illegal? Because knowing Bill Belichick's, it's like insider trading or something? Do you think that'll ever? No,
Well, people were talking about how, like, Jordy Nelson's, I think, an endorser of one of the sites now, and, like, Jordy Nelson somehow is going to control, like, come on. Like, I don't know who's coming up with these theories. And Jordy Nelson's a millionaire. I don't think he needs to be concerned with, like, whatever the contest is. I can't imagine trying to, like, fumble the ball or do everything he can to, like, make sure Aaron Rodgers throws him a touchdown.
I don't think Jordy Nelson on a Monday night when his team's, like, playoff seeding go, you know what, if I tank tonight, I'm going to win the 3K tournament tonight. You know, it's just not going to happen. So it's a nice thought, but I'm sure with him it's just like, I won. You know, that's probably. Oh, we got a. Did Florida lose in basketball tonight?
I have no idea.
Did that happen? I'm watching the highlights right now.
I don't follow college basketball. I'll follow March Madness, but otherwise, it's just.
I love college basketball, but
I can't get into it. Do you play the daily fantasy college basketball?
Your UCLA advice, for all you college basketball players, I'll just throw it in there. Looney and actually Bryce Alford's going to put up numbers this year. He's going to be hated by the UCLA alumni, but he's going to put up numbers this year. I think he's averaging 18 and 9 assists right now in the first 2 games. Granted, they were both lame teams, but they're going to let him run. So there you go.
I think the O'Bannon brothers are ready for a breakout season.
Oh yeah, I think they're going to be great. I think them and Ryan Hollins is going to be really big next year. George Zedek is ready for a big comeback. So, all right, I think it's time to end the show here.
Once you start dropping Ryan Hollins, it's like, all right, I think we got to go.
Yeah, and also Dan looks like he just went through went through Abu Ghraib torture. So we got to get him.
It was like Nicholas Brody over there.
All right.
It's BB 0 Dark 30.
Be on the lookout tomorrow for a Jason Robbins interview on Grinders Live. Once I get a time confirmed, I'll post it, and we'll talk to him about the DraftKings stuff tomorrow. So.
Are you the official apologist guy? They come to you when they want to apologize?
Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to.
You do a great job. I want to let everybody know. You should listen. You should listen to DB 0 Dark 30.
Gaby tomorrow on the podcast. Enjoy. See ya. I'm out.
Later. Bye.
Any final for you guys?
Good.
Article tomorrow, and Tournament of Shame comes back this week. There you go. So,
Dean?
Thank you.
I'm good to go, man. Y'all have a good night. Congratulations, DB, on a big night. Congratulations on everybody else that had a big night. And we'll see you tomorrow for some NBA, for some Nuba. Thanks for watching.